Yo. Check out the starting lineups here. I haven't even looked. Been busy. I know Becker's out because he's suspended. Okay, so looks like Forge and a 4-2-3-1. Obviously Henry at the back. Rama Johnson, Gritson, and Ashton. Ashton Morgan. Let's get a start. Then we got Hojapur, Jensen in the middle, Schwanier, Sissoko, and Borges, and then Woobens up front. And then Ottawa, Ingham in goal, and they're doing a 5-4-1. It looks like. Tissot, Camus, Espejo, Acosta, Hayworth, Howarth, Bahaus, Davla, Sissoko, Bassett, and Shaw. Interesting. Drew Becky doesn't even get a start. Forge is owned, freaking owned Ottawa on the head to head. They've won 7, drawn 2, lost 1 to Ottawa. So Yo, what's up? Kickoff is just about to happen here.
As they perform the Canadian national anthem.
I won't VOD this one afterwards, so we'll get away with streaming the audio for now.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, qu'à t'embrasser, porter les pays, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard
Let's go Forge.
There have been some big nights in the short history of Atletico Ottawa. Canadian Championship right here. Last Sunday's semi-final to clinch this ticket, but nothing with the gravity of this moment. Close to a record-breaking crowd in CPL history. Certainly one for those with paid tickets. We're expecting around 15,000 football supporters this evening. Joining us for the coin toss this evening is Volkswagen Canada's manager of brand marketing, Jennifer Kopadlo. She stands to flip the coin beside Carl Howarth and Daniel Crutzen. Yes, no Kyle Becker. More on that momentarily. The referee is Philip Duyich out of Toronto, Ontario, his first CPL finals appointment. Let's meet the teams. We will begin with Atletico Ottawa as Carlos Gonzalez makes just 2 changes to his starting 11 in a 4-1-4-1. The anchor at the back, Diego Espejo. He is back after a suspension last week. Malcolm Shaw, who scored the goal to put the icing on the cake, starts up top in the 4-1-4-1 for Atleti. Just 1 change for Bobby Smirniotis' side from that incredible match between Cavalry, and that is due to necessity. Kyle Becker suspended for 2 games after a straight red. Noah Jensen draws into his place in midfield from a healthy scratch last week to the most important match of his footballing career. What a night it will be for Forge's number 22. On both sides of the park, we have some goalkeepers who know a thing or two about stopping this game ball. That is presented, of course, by Tiny Football Car. He has made his trek from coast to coast, stopping by, and of course, it is only fitting that he is here for the 2022 CPL final. Think about Tristan Henry, you think about Nathan Ingham, the latter nominated for the Golden Glove. Tristan Henry, who has been one of the best goalkeepers since this league was founded, and he's playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, thinking that he should have got some love in the nominations category. And trust me, Forge loves a little extra reason to believe that they are the underdogs. Take these pictures in as the smoke still fills the air in Lansdowne Park. Just steps away from where the Rideau Canal meanders its way through the National Capital Region, and a moment to bring the communities together. You think about that and what this will mean. The benches for both sides: Dominic Samuel, Taron Campbell, Kwesi Poku, Garvin Miche Matusala, Jordan Hamilton, and Malik Owolabi Bellawoo for Forge. For Ottawa, Drew Becky, Kevin Alleman, Ben McKendry, Brian Wright, Zach Verhoeven, and Ivan Perez. Ollie Bassett, the Canadian Premier League's Player of the Year, the Players' Player of the Year, stepping up and ready to try and make it 2 straight Canadian championships for himself, winning it all last year with Pacific before making the move over. Philip Dujic waiting for the green light. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, make yourself at home, and enjoy what could be 90 minutes. It could be 120. It might just need penalties as Forge look to do something that no CPL team has ever done, winning a 3rd consecutive North Star Shield. Atletico Ottawa, you can basically tear up the record book from them, but when you think about their past with Forge, it has not gone their way. But this is a team filled with nothing but belief, utter self-confidence, and a determination to put on a show for their supporters here in the Glebe. The raucous supporter section, they call it the Dub, Section W, everyone on their feet. The chants have begun. Forge have sent a healthy contingent of those wearing orange as well. We will be entertained. Who will be delighted, and who will be crowned champions of the Canadian Premier League?
Starting to get flowing there, eh? For me, at least.
Here we go then with Malcolm Shaw kicking off the match. It is Atletico Ottawa in their famous red and white stripes. We'll be working from the right side of your screen to the left towards the west end of the stadium. Forge in their alternate kits tonight. The all gray, the steel gray with the orange letters and numbers. They will go from left to right towards Nathan Ingham. My name is Adam Jenkins. What a sincere privilege it is to be on the call of this Canadian Premier League final. Our friends just on the other side of a divider here in the commentary gantry, that would be Miguel Laviole and Matt Dagla. For those interested in watching en français, you can watch if you are on the One Soccer app or watch.onesoccer.ca.
I mean, it's got to be Forge. Forge is fucking
and select audio track number 2 for the call in French. Otherwise, you have the dulcet tones
10
of
matchups,
Jimmy
7
Brennan,
wins,
Soccer Hall of Famer, who has
2 draws, 1 loss.
Basically everything to do with this match. Jimmy, we've
And I'm
asked
sure
this question a lot. You and
Hamilton
I have had a
is
Canadian
pissed
championship final together, but this tonight feels like something a little bit more, not just for the CPL, but for Canadian soccer.
They should have won
Look
that
at
game
this
last
atmosphere.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is what we want as Canadians, and having a Canadian Premier League is a great crowd like we have today. Saying 15,000 people inside the stadium. The atmosphere is absolutely amazing.
Not a beer, it's
and
Honda
you
Forever
couldn't wish
Sprite
for
or
anything
Diet
more
Sprite.
than for these two teams
Although,
to enjoy this occasion, put on a great display, and let's have a great game of football tonight. I'm really excited, looking forward to this match.
The Forge have started on the front foot already towards the byline. They've won a corner. There's Bobby Smyrniotis, not winning Coach of the Year again, but for me, Coach of the Years, all of them. He has been that incredible. What he has done to build this side from 2019 to now. And he's laid back fairly.
Corner for Hamilton.
Pressure saying, no, I get to go home. We have 2 North Star Shields in our change room already. The pressure is on Ottawa to go out and put on a show for their supporters.
They were playing the mind games, weren't they?
They certainly were. No Kyle Becker today for set pieces as well. That's a big loss. And they go into the area with their first. It's a header off an Atletico Ottawa defender. Will be right back out for another corner, this time in front of the Forge supporters.
You know, I had a good chat with Kyle Becker as well. He's absolutely devastated that he's not playing in this match today. But look, this is a match that Kyle Becker really thrives in. He loves playing in these finals. He loves the big games. And Forge is definitely going to miss his delivery on set plays. And also his leadership as well in that middle of the park, where he can control the tempo of a match.
It will be a left-footed in-swinger unless it's taken short from Borges to Chouanier. Back into the box it goes. Again, Malcolm Shaw there to meet it. A 3rd consecutive corner.
Another corner.
When you think about a match, Jimmy, with so many fine margins, and you ask everyone, I've polled, I think, as many people as possible. I'm either getting 0-0 and we're going to penalties, or they think there's going to be some goals in this game. The importance of set pieces, I feel
Interesting story about Maxime Tissot. I did a FIFA career mode or manager mode a couple years ago, and I was playing. I think it was like starting off like some Scottish, some shit. Oh, like Dundee.
Nobody wants to make that mistake as well. And conceding.
Forget. Well, that corner didn't go well. And Maxime Tissot was like the first player that I signed, and we ended up winning the Champions League. And he was like amazing. So it's really, it's kind of neat. Like, oh hey, Maxime Tissot plays in the Canadian Premier League now.
It is a
Good
4-1
for
and 4-1
you.
today for Atletico Ottawa from left to
Be
right.
better
at
if
the back.
you
Maxime
didn't play
Tissot,
for
the hometown boy who used to be an
Ottawa.
Ottawa Fury player, lost in his opportunity to win the Soccer Bowl back in 2015. Would love to inspire so many future Maxime Tissots with a championship tonight for the product of Ottawa Gatineau. He is the left back. Sergio Camus,
Sorry if you
Diego
thought this was even a
Espejo.
video.
They are the center back duo with Miguel Acosta, also the Spaniard, playing at right back today. Abdul Sissoko, he wears number 20 for Atletico Ottawa. He will be that conduit between the back four and the midfield four that is comprised of Zakaria Balu Tabla, Ollie Bassett, and Carl Howarth from left to right. Malcolm Shaw is the number 9 tonight. And I know that Mr. and Mrs. Shaw are in attendance today and hoping to cheer their boy on all the way from Pickering. Lots of family and friends in attendance, as you'd expect. Daniel Krutzen's parents made the trip from Belgium as well. They did not want to miss this one. Soko and Jensen. It's Acosta who goes forward, flings his boot underneath the ball, and that sends the speedy Carl Howarth down into a race underneath it from Ashton Morgan, again from Daniel Crutzen, wearing the captain's armband for the Hammers tonight. Howarth needs some help. He is completely stranded in a sea of gray shirts. It's Borges who dispossesses him. Around Bassett in a long switch of play, but it gets no further than Tissot. Harmless header into the path of Rezard Rama, who's still looking forward. Alessandro Hujabrapur, he scored the goal that snatched the North Star Shield away from Forge last year. It came late. It came off a corner in the second half at Tim Hortons Field. I think he'll feel like he owes his team and his supporters one from the opposite perspective, helping them secure their 3rd shield. Jensen, a little bit too close to Miguel Acosta, does well to get there first and prevent a corner. It'll be Tristan Borges deep inside enemy territory.
You can see what Forge is going to look to do as well. Borges is going to look to come off the line, send Ashton Morgan a little bit higher up, more or less as a left winger, and then Schwanier on the right side as well to give him some more width, but then also kind of overload that middle and get Borges in those little pockets where he loves to play.
Goodson again lofting it towards Morgan, should stay in play for him, but he's not quite in full balance as he arrived at it. It's cleared away by Atletico Ottawa. Malcolm Shaw on the chase, gets by Alex Ashinyoti. Janssen needed that last touch and Tableau was gone. A 4-3-3 for Forge. You would expect nothing less, although there were some question marks on how Bobby Smirniotis would try and mitigate, because you're not replacing the absence of Kyle Becker, but it stays as the exact same team as it was against Cavalry, with the direct switch Noah Jensen into Kyle Becker's spot. Morgan, Crutzen, Ashinyoti, Janssen, Rama the back line. Hojabrapur holds as the number 6 with Jensen and Sissoko just in front of him.
Watch the
dangerous wingers, Borges on the left, Schwanier on the right, though they will change and invert throughout the match, I'm sure. And Rubens Bassius, who scored from the spot in the last match to put Forge into this match. It is Schwanier. The short option, as always, going over the game plan with Borges. Jabapour breaks, Crutzen goes with him. It is into the box again. Malcolm Shaw, the 3rd aerial clearance he's had to make tonight. Rama trying to go back towards Schwanier.
That's all.
That's an easy catch for him. Look at Carl Howarth, shot out of a cannon. Watching the ball as it falls from the Ottawa sky. Bassett gets a touch. A little bit of control required and executed from Sissoko. Hear the roar of the fans as Ottawa makes their way to the attacking 3rd in possession for the first time.
Hey, welcome people of YouTube.
Sissoko, lovely combination.
How's it going?
Now Bassett. Low for Howarth, overlapping as Acosta, the ball in towards Malcolm Shaw, cut down. For Morgan, off of Borges, last throw will stay with Ottawa. Taken quick from Acosta. Sergio Camus. Loan from Atletico de Madrid's B-side. He has really done well to shore up the defensive side of things for Atletico Ottawa. That was their biggest offseason priority. It was a gargantuan task for Carlos Gonzalez to come in from Kuwait, address the many issues that were here at the club and their tedious start to existence as a professional unit. But what a job, now that we have a moment to discuss it, Jimmy. that Carlos Gonzalez has done with this
you know
group.
what?
He's done a terrific job. I don't think we can give him enough credit for what he's done. For a team that was dead last season, brought in some fantastic pieces to make this squad even stronger. They've bought into his style of play. They've bought into his philosophy.
Put him back.
And this season, they've flourished. And they're comfortable winning the league. They're absolutely brilliant, and they've played some good football as well. They've got a style as well that, you know, the players have adapted to, where they like to drop. They're dropping defensively. They're very organized. They're disciplined. They're tough to break down, but they've got such pace going forward as well that they can hurt you in many ways. And that's what you're going to see tonight, especially I think Forge. You're going to watch them. They're going to move the ball around. They're shifted. They push Ashley.
Got all the colors of the flag on it: orange, red, and blue.
They're going to have possession, but they're going to have to be patient in their build-up as well to break down Ottawa. And at the same time, they can't open up too much. They can't get too comfortable. They've got a sense of danger because Ottawa will punish you if you leave yourself open.
Well, so much has been with Atletico Ottawa buying into the philosophy. They've been saying all season long, one more match, one more final, trying to treat everything like it is everything, that the match will determine the future of the club, and the future of the club is in a much better place than it was 12 months ago. It goes without saying. And on the inside of the door to the change room for Atletico Ottawa, they've had the roadmap to 15 wins. Ironically, they picked up 14 this season. 15 would secure them a championship, and it would be a story unlike anything we've seen in quite some time in Canadian football especially. Not to mention, Jimmy, Atletico Ottawa are on a club record 11-match unbeaten streak. That's pretty good form to be in coming into a final.
Very good form.
Tabla takes it away from Rama as he gets a little bit ambitious. Slows up and surveys. It's Tissot. For all the rightful plaudits that this backline has got, Maxime Tissot as a leader and as a player might just be the most underrated, a hometown hero to say the least. It's back for Ingham.
I wish I could stream the game for you guys so you could see it, but we get shut down pretty quick if I did that.
Awards just a few nights ago. He was quick to thank David Edgar, who presented him with the award for Defender of the Year. David probably would have won one or two of those before he retired had that award been around, but this was its first year. 3 center backs nominated this season. Alex Ashnodianti would still tell you he's a midfielder first. Think about the players left off. Atletico Ottawa certainly has some incredible ones. Miguel Acosta has been great since day one, since arriving at Atletico Ottawa. Another good season for him here. Whether it's a 3, whether it's a 5, or whether it's a 4 tonight, he's showing his versatility, his speed, and just his intelligence as well.
He's a very good player. He's adapted very well to this league. He's ever present. You can see he's a leader. He leads by example when he plays.
Some complaints from Abdul Sissoko taking the ground. Thought there was a foul in it. 57% possession for Forge through 12 minutes of football at TD Place. Puts it in towards Bassiz, makes contact.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't quite ready to get there. He stumbled as he tracked to his near post. Jimmy Woobens was asked about the moments. There may not be many for the number 9, but how key is that for the big man to get a first touch early?
Yeah, of course it is. He rises well, gets above his man. His eyes are on the ball the whole way.
Woobens just missing that about 3 feet like a header.
But the delivery was perfect. What a great ball into the box that was by Crutzen.
Salidopoulos, Johan Albert, David Edgar, amongst Bobby Smyrniotis' assistant coaches, looking calm, cool, and composed. This will be a night with a lot of emotions, a roller coaster up, a roller coaster down, and it might not just be 90 minutes this evening. And unlike the Canadian Championship, unlike the semifinals to date, if we are level after 90, there will be a full period of extra time to play before we would go to spot kicks. Rezard Rama, 21 appearances, all starts this season for Smyrniotis. From Athens, Greece, the Albanian Youth International. Good ball in for Borges.
Yeah, now
Gets
the
around
stats
Acosta,
are starting
slides
to
it
update. We're
down.
at
Ashton
60%
Morgan,
possession
first
right
time
now for
low
Hamilton.
cross. Ray Dingham, who dove down and took the space away.
But not doing too
Ashton
much
there,
at
he
four
gets in the
corners.
great area, but he's got to pick somebody out. You see what he's trying to do there, try to play it across the back, but he's got
I don't know
three
if that's gonna
players in
count
the
as a
box.
shot,
They've overloaded it. They're all raising
so
their
far,
hands and
technically
telling them
one
to
shot on
lift it.
that.
Just clip it in that far post.
They have size, they have speed, and willing runners at that back post. Sissoko.
And that's the thing, too, when you get into those areas as well, you know the keeper's going to cheat a little bit. He's going to come near post. That's where you just got to dink it to the far post and let your strikers come in and challenge.
Scrambled as Sissoko goes to ground. It's a great recovery from Diego Espejo.
Sissoko fucked up there. Well, the Ottawa Sissoko, big mistake. Oh, counterattack from Ottawa here. Whoa, that should be a foul. What the fuck was that? No way. Book him! If it's not a penalty, it's a fucking dive. Book him. What the fuck?
He just showed you the skill that he has. That quick feet, dropping the shoulder, keeps the ball so close to him.
Fucking hate that. Just like refs are fucking afraid to book people for diving.
His cross off of Razor Rama that will allow the rest of the side to come forward.
And then we wonder why people keep fucking diving. Because nobody fucking does anything about it. Insane.
That is a look at your 2022 Coach of the Year, Carlos Gonzalez, voted on by his peers. Every head coach and one assistant got a vote. It was a coach's decision. Only rule is you couldn't vote for your own team. Tissot has it again intercepted by Rama. One over to Borges. Cleared no further. And Camus, Zachary Paus gets by Chouanier. Nice step from Hijabrapur. Stays on his feet as well.
Hijabrapur is
and now it's Forges turn
fucking
on the
awesome.
counter.
He was basically the reason that Pacific won last year, man. He's so good. So glad we got him.
Camus gives it up. Borges gets it through the legs. Pasillas, a second touch, waiting. Elects just to pass back for Jensen. No, Jensen has a go. Shades of Kyle Becker, but this one is high in the woodwork.
I appreciate a midfielder who can strike from range. I mean,
Just leaning back there.
Stevie Gerrard
Get his
is
head over it.
the player that I fell in love
For me,
with.
that's what Forge needs to do.
Love
They
his
gotta
ability
get-
to just
they
fucking
gotta get
shoot
Chouanier
from
down the ball.
anywhere and put it
Get
on the
him
net.
one-on-one. He loves to run at players.
What I can't stand is
He's
midfielders that
creative. He wants to make
don't
something
have
happen.
any shooting from
And he
range
gives the team
ability,
energy. You can see
yet
that.
constantly fucking try to do it.
And when he's hot like that, once
It's-
they give him the ball as much as you can.
Like, there's better options, and then you try some outlandish shot, and you know you're gonna miss the net, which is basically what just happened. Which happened yesterday too with Liverpool. Fucking Henderson, at the end of the game, had other options to play guys into the box, and instead took some stupid shot that he had no business taking and skied it. And that was basically the last attack of the game.
Might just be their secret weapon on a team with many tools in their toolbox. It is Chouanier near
I think
side.
Ottawa's had like two
The short pass has to give it back to
little
Sosa.
counterattacks
Gets
so
the first
far.
and
Basically, the
Valley
rest of
put
the games
that
have played
on
in there for.
Chouanier. The assistant referee decides that was not the case. By the
But it'd be good
byline
if
for Rama
Hamilton
into the
would
box.
score.
Heavy touch though. He slides and his studs catch Camus. That is reckless, and Dujic reaches for his pocket for the first time. And he cautions the
Okay,
Albanian youth
I want to see that
international.
again because
No
I don't
control
know
of
how
his
much
pocket
contact
opportunity. He was at the
he
mercy
just
of the
made
referee
there.
Yeah, no, he deserves a booking for that one. He was late.
Oh
got the man.
no, okay.
You could see what his intentions were. He was going for the ball.
So he was running. He was chasing after the
He was
ball.
just a little bit late.
Hamilton player Rama was chasing
He'll
after the
know
ball into the
himself.
box, and he lost control near the
Philip Dujic,
touchline.
this is his
And as
13th
he's
appointment
running
of the
to catch
season
up
as
to the
a referee
ball,
in the Canadian
he
Premier
dives
League.
into slide to
37th
get his
all
leg
time.
out
That
to
is
it,
tied for the most
while
in
Ottawa's
league
defender
history.
comes
And
running
also
across,
this
but
season
then
made his Major League
totally
Soccer
missed the ball and
debut
just
as a referee.
kicked out
3
his shin.
matches, including Vancouver and the Revolution, Toronto
luckily
and
it was just a
Charlotte,
yellow.
and Vancouver
But,
and Colorado Rapids.
Defenders look kind of hurt there. We got the trainers out.
Reza Rama on the campaign for Forge. 9 yellow cards, the most on the team. He plays
trainers
on
are
the Razor's edge, maybe Razor's edge. I'm so sorry.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's
Now and
Camus.
then I say something to make sure you're still listening.
He's the one who is
I mean, sometimes I just
injured.
tune you out. You caught me there.
The rest of Phil Dujic's crew today is Gabrielle Lemieux, the 31-year-old of Lévis, Quebec. This is her 3rd straight final, by the way. 47th appointments as an assistant referee, excuse me. That is the 2nd most in league history. Peter Penley of Richmond Hill, his 2nd CPL final, his 1st since Leg 2 in 2019. Alain Rouge of Prince George, British Columbia. He was referee, whistle, 14 times this season. Was also the referee for Leg 2 of that match when Forge won in Calgary. Camus is able to pop back up, knock off the stinger, and finally Ingham restarts. Shaw had lost it in behind of Alex Ashniotti Janssen, sliding as Rama.
Oh, that should be foul.
Tangled up.
So Camus just takes out Rubens, and there's no foul on that.
Saw Carlos Gonzalez pitch side before the match started. I asked
Hilarious.
if he was nervous. He goes, absolutely not, and I believed him. He was calm, cool, and composed. His nerves are where the mistakes creep into your game. Goes back to that preparation. Every match is a fun. Again, it's into the box, and again, it is their number 9, Malcolm Shaw, who's maybe their most active defensive player on these set plays. Tristan Henry in his fluorescent yellow kit nearly at the center circle getting a touch. Jensen and Crutzen. Ashniotti Janssen. Chapapour now working in that diamond. Chapapour looking for Morgan again, a bit too pacey. Down towards and innocently away as Miguel Acosta shepherds that over the line. This is the 28th appearance for Nathan Ingham in goal for Atletico Ottawa this season. Sean Melvin of Victoria, the backup, played 4 matches this year. Nate, a record of 13 wins, 9 draws, 5 defeats. 9 clean sheets as well, just one back of Carducci and Ingham, excuse me, Carducci and Henry, who were joint tied atop that list, a new CPL record. This is where things get a little bit scrambled when that first pass isn't made. Not the person you want to cough it up to either, Tristan Borges.
No, he's definitely one dangerous player on that pitch when he gets hold of that ball in certain areas. It's definitely a player you don't want to give that ball away to, especially that close to goal.
You know, part of me wishes we still had Babuli, but
last year things have been out of sorts. Of course, the loan to Belgium didn't work to get promoted. They basically bring in an entirely new coaching staff. Borges never really fell into favor with the new regime. He's loaned back to
saw them
Forge,
before Babuli and then after Babuli, and just completely different.
That 2019 wasn't a fluke and did too much in 2021. This year he seems more mature, more composed, and just a better overall footballer, which is a scary thought considering he won just about every award in 2019.
No, you're 100% right. I think he's the type of player that he plays with confidence, and every footballer needs to find a home. And he's so comfortable in this Forge squad that you can see every time he's got so much confidence. He's enjoying his football, and that's what you want as a footballer. You want to enjoy playing the game.
Okay, yeah.
And sometimes when you do go away, or if you go to Europe and it doesn't work out for you, some players will come back with their tail between their legs. But that didn't happen for him. You know, it did not happen. He rolled up his sleeves and said, "Let's keep going." And I got to keep pushing myself, and he has done it. I thought he's had a fantastic season this year.
Well, the foul just in front of Carlos Gonzalez's technical area was due to an initial heavy touch from Maxime Tissot, was never able to get himself back in set. Halfway through the opening period, and Forge have had several of these opportunities. Watch out for Malcolm Shaw in the red and white stripes as Borges goes in. Much
Ball from
better
Borges.
weighted ball. Not cleared. Crutzen tried to switch it over and flick it. Changed his feet, changed his hips from right to left, and it just threw everything off. Opportunity avoided.
What a wonderful ball that was.
Yes, it was.
Whipped it in with pace. That's so difficult to defend when it's coming in like that.
Who did Ingham play for before?
Think about what Carlos Gonzalez asked of his team when he did the big turnover this offseason, bringing in so many new faces. You think back to where they finished the season last year. Only 7 players remained, 16 new signings, including their keeper, including the 2 most important midfielders, including Maxime Tissot, who came over from Forge, playing against his former side. And he knew that it was a better team, but in order for them to have the success, they'd have to suffer. They talk a lot about suffering, enjoying defending.
Just checking out the
and that's a tough sell until the results start to come. And then you believe, don't you, as a player, I'll do whatever the coach asks if we win.
Well, that's it. When a manager comes in and he's got his own identity and he's trying to implement his philosophy into the squad. And, you know, a lot of times players will question that. And they go, I'm not sure about this, or I don't think we can play like that.
60% possession for Hamilton so far. 60%.
And it creates the mood. You win 2-3.
They're not doing much with it. It's no problem.
What you want to do because they can see.
Oh, Chabrapour gets that in first time. Pasillas can't work it over. That was lovely football between DK and Ali all the way down.
Ottawa are definitely like sitting back and just letting them attack. They're just filling up that box, making sure they can't break through. Because that's the only thing is Ottawa's not breaking them, or Hamilton's not breaking Ottawa down at this point. Like they're not. They're in Hamilton's half right now, setting up. Ottawa's not even pressing them at all. They're waiting for him, letting him come at him.
Jensen, it's a good first pass for Borges. Now Ashton Morgan. Acosta goes with him. Again, the cross stays low. It's way too easy for Diego Espejo. And that's something that the Atletico Ottawa defenders spoke of a lot after leg 1 against Pacific.
Yeah, they have no interest in pressing at all.
The ball, sure they did, but
they're just sitting back.
Football for 5 hours. The crosses just weren't coming across. It was way too easy for this dominant defensive unit in front of Nate Ingham. It's got to feel a pretty good way as a keeper to have that much solidity and trust in front of you. But they all will be tested this evening.
Another corner.
The next test will be back at the corner flag as Borges' cross makes off some shin guards, and it will set him up for the 5th of the match for Forge.
We've seen both teams get into that final third. They're getting into good areas, but the final ball is letting them down. The delivery has got to be better. Pick the player out, clip it into these areas. But it seems like both teams are just rushing when they're getting there, and it's almost like a panic cross.
Showing you to take.
Dewey says, one moment, por favor. Goes over to have a quick chat with Sissoko and Camus.
Hey, focus.
Talk about the depth of Forge, the difference makers that they have on the roster. Feels like Sissoko might be one today. He has been clutch as well in the past.
Even with a fake short again.
It's a deep ball looking for Sissoko. I believe that's last off as Sissoko sprints over just in case. It will be his. From Bamako, Mali to Montreal, Quebec, Sissoko moved when he was 11 years old. Chouanier on the other side of Bawus goes to the ground again. Duyich points, but does he point to the spot? The whistle was blown. He's waving his finger no, just outside of the penalty area, says the referee.
Yeah, I don't think that was in the box. That was just outside the box.
Just getting by the defender.
Yeah, it was just outside. From here, where we were watching,
it's one touch there. He's get him again.
But the contact was made
I think
outside the
Chouanier
box,
kind
so it
of
was right called by the referee.
Kind of went out a little soft there, but. So it's a free kick just to the outside
to see now
of the
Forge
box.
got a little set play.
You know there's at least one tonight.
There's going to be one tonight. And that's what we talked about, these set plays.
Jimmy,
Borges takes.
And you know Tristan can bend this himself.
Yeah, he could actually go for goal from this position. It's just out to the right side of the box. Well, right if you're attacking.
Borges does go out of the header.
Goal! Pastapour. Nice. Fuck yeah.
That was into the box. Again, from a set play. Borges whips it in. And the header was first class. Powerful header.
Throughout the season, Bobby is asked to play a bit more defensively, but he can do this when you put in the right spot. And Borges has been calibrating and dialing in time and time again.
He was like
but the finish,
virtually unmarked.
Positioning, the angle, It's perfect. Chef kisses all around.
Yeah, he just takes half a yard, doesn't he? Bahus doesn't get tight enough.
That was some like really bad marking for that corner.
And there he's got a
Basically had Borges here,
you
had two defenders,
you can't let him have a header like that,
two defenders in front of him. This is the net
And you
here.
can't take anything away from the service.
Borges just curls the ball around the two defenders.
Powerful heading.
Coach Rapport is standing right here, and he's got a marker to his left, nobody to his right, nobody in front of him. So the ball just comes around the wall, and he just jumps up and heads it in. Like, I'm happy we scored, but that's fucking amateur defending right there. I don't know how you don't get in front of the fucking guy. I'd be pissed if I was an Ottawa supporter right now. Absolutely
But this is
pissed.
exactly what Forge would want to do. Get on the score sheet, quiet
This
this
is
crowd.
terrible
Don't
defending.
let the crowd get into the game, because then if the crowd does get into the game, that's Ottawa's 12th man. Now it's up to Ottawa.
1-0 to the good
Create
guys,
something.
though.
How are they going to react right
64% possession. This is fucking crazy.
What this does do for us, Jimmy, maybe a little bit earlier than anticipated, is open the match. A lot for Atletico Ottawa, but it is all about picking your moments.
Hamilton supporters might burn down Ottawa tonight.
But they know that their job just got a whole lot harder, but they're prepared. It's all about the level-headed and the belief which this team has shown time and time again.
now? Yeah, they got a battle, but they still have a lot of time left. There's a lot of time to play for. They're going to get their opportunities at some points, and that's where they've got to be clinical once they get into that final third and in and around the box. They've got to be positive now.
Jensen. Pressure from Baus. Cycled around. Tristan Borges as well on that play. That was his 8th assist of the campaign, already a team lead.
What? That's crazy. 8 assists already in the playoffs?
Overcomplicates it. It's the goal scorer who intercepts Sissoko for
Well, it's going to be
Chouanier.
all time, not this year.
Ottawa slightly out of position. Chouanier keeps to his left. A pass for Borges. A touch into space. Borges gets there. Chouanier
Little heavy
opens
touch
up, but it's
taken
Ashton
away from
Morgan,
goal.
who is the safe option.
But got the possession back.
Possession and patience right now from Forge. Jean Rapport quarterbacking again.
Man, Becker's got to be so fucking pissed that he's not playing right now. Because he can't have too many seasons left in him.
Chouanier uses the top of his foot to find Morgan this time.
Is he older than... Is he older than Michael Bradley? Who's the same age?
Chouanier goes by himself on the angle to make the pass.
You can see Forge are comfortable right now. They're 1-0 up. They know Ottawa's got to come at them a little bit. They're trying to draw them out. They don't need to go forward. Comfortable in possession right now. Letting the ball work. The ball doesn't sweat. Keep it moving.
He's actually older than Bradley. Crazy. Older than Bradley and arguably a better footballer and plays a division in a league below him. Wait, I said it backwards.
Rama for Kurtzen. Bassett was ready to sprint.
But I think Becker's probably a better footballer than Bradley.
Jean Rapport turns it over for Tabla. Now Malcolm Shaw. Back for Tabla. Good tackle from Chouanier. Maybe not. I thought he had the ball in real time.
This ref is just happy to give Hamilton cards.
Philip Duric comes sprinting over to give another caution the way of Forge. That is their second. What do you see, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah, he clips him. Of course. That's a foul.
Forge have 2 fouls and 2 yellow
Tabla
cards.
creating headaches.
And Ottawa has 5 fouls and no yellow cards.
And now Ollie Bassett. Bassett Olympico. They've erected a
Quite
sign
peculiar,
on the hill.
that.
It is Hollywood Hills in behind of Nate Ingham's goal.
I wonder if Carlos is going to look at this now with Forge, their right side. Both players have been booked. Rama, Chouanier. Start getting down your left-hand side, their right-hand side now, especially when they've got bookings.
Bassett, deep ball in. It's a high one, easy catch for Tristan Henry. It's the tricky thing. Ollie Bassett, that's his first look at that, where Tristan Borges has had about 9 to get used to the turf again and try and place it. That is a very key point you make, Jimmy, with 2 players on the right side of the pitch for Forge on a yellow. Still an hour to play. Hour the cheat one, not much in it, but the right call.
Well, they have to be careful now. They can't be as aggressive in their play as they want to be, especially when they're defending.
And yet another foul from Ottawa, and nothing.
Fourth minute of the match. Still no shots from Atletico Ottawa. 4 from Forge, the 1 on target. That was their goal.
The problem that Ottawa's having as well, because of Borges coming inside, Acosta's coming in inside now, and it's pushing Hayworth back because he's got to go with Morgan. So when they do get it, it's an awful lot of running for Hayworth to get forward.
Up to 66% possession now. The only way, like, at this point, the way Ottawa's playing with like not really trying to press or attack, if we get another goal, the only real way Ottawa has a chance is if the ref keeps fucking handing out yellow cards to us for every foul, which is given a yellow card on 100% of Hamilton fouls. And yet another fucking
Baus, I think, is going to have to start being on his best behavior as well here. He's been a little bit frantic, a little bit
another
stretched out at times.
Ottawa foul.
That's the Booze in the initial place, and then Sissoko on the other side coming through.
I mean, that one wasn't.
Morgan does well to sell it.
That
He's
one
looking for a foul
wouldn't
there.
deserve a yellow, but still, it's just the ref's so quick to hand out yellows to Ottawa or to Hamilton so far.
About 10 minutes and stoppage time away from halftime. We will head back to our panel. Jordan Wilson, Oliver Platt, Gareth Wheeler, sideline reporter Christian Jack.
Would have been a nice little 1-2, but Wubin's fucking. I don't know what he was doing, but he smashed it.
Abdul Sissoko. Espejo. Tiso. Also have Canadian Premier League Commissioner Mark Noonan joining the halftime show as well. What a whirlwind it has been for the commissioner since taking over the reins from David Flanagan. Has done a great job. What a night for him as well. Tabla turning Rama inside and out, still on the ball. Baus finally makes the run through the legs, needed a bit of pace.
Yeah, I should have thought ahead, and I should have put a little sticker on the screen that showed the goal scorers and shit.
So taken to ground by Rubens Bacias, well away from his office. Sore one for Maxime, who has a big piece of gauze on his knee. It was a match against York United. He got studs on his kneecap. He was stretchered off, Jimmy, not because it was that serious per se. Well, maybe it was. He looked down and he saw his bone and said, I don't think this is right. And he didn't miss another game. He came right back just with a big piece of gauze on that knee. When you think about suffering, Tissot's certainly done it. Drew Becky, who told me Amir Didic took his contact lens out in the first half of leg 2 last week, and then he went head-on-head with Miguel Acosta. Has a very, very impressive shiner. He's a player who knows nothing but how to fully commit and put his body in places where it can often hurt.
Yeah, he is a warrior. He will put his head in those places where most players don't want to. He'll do whatever it takes to win.
It will be Maxime Tissot this time. A low ball, extending the foot forward. Camus thought he got stepped on right to ground. It falls innocently for Tristan Henry, who picks it up.
There was nothing in that.
Diving it again.
But again, the delivery let them down. Get in those areas. The quality of your service has to be there. You saw it here with Forge, with Borges. Great service. And they're up 1-0. because you're giving your strikers and your defenders in the box an opportunity. You're giving them a chance to score.
39th minute at Lansdowne Park. A little keep away right now from Forge.
That's where Ottawa's got to start defending higher up now. They can't keep dropping.
Tissot, that's off of Sissoko. Apologize, that was pretty close quarters. Rouge actually has to come onto the pitch. Maybe it wasn't an apology, it was a get out of my way, perhaps. If you learned anything last week at Tim Hortons Fields, the first half is not done until the first half is done. 2 red cards in a span of 4 minutes, 1 from Forge, 1 from Cavalry. Kyle Becker, David Norman Jr. a second yellow. Completely changed the complexion of the match. Every second, especially in a final, matters. Goes forward towards Shaw. Brian Wright as the understudy at the number 9 tonight. Pickering boy and Ajax boy. Been doing a lot of the striker responsibilities for Carlos Gonzalez this season. Risky run as a coach too. You have a lot of starters, you have a lot of finishers. Zach Verhoeven has certainly become a finisher for this group. Shaw made a great impact off the bench. You wonder if he can go much longer than perhaps an hour tonight. Costa, clean takeaway, just picks Ashton Morgan's pocket. Well, there's a lot to do. That's a tactical foul from Sergio Camus, the push. And he will see yellow for that.
There's no need to foul.
Oh, Camus finally gets a yellow for being a dickhead.
None whatsoever.
That was probably the softest call they could have given a yellow for, but
be interesting to see as well in the second half whether Ottawa's going to keep dropping defense, or is their line of concentration going to be higher up the pitch? Are they going to start pressing in certain areas?
I'll put it right here. Double check. It's easy to see. Boom.
Because when you're chasing the game, you can't keep dropping off. You eventually got to get going forward, put pressure on them.
That was the interception. Shaw gets tangled up with the Chabrapour. Bobby Smyrniotis is in.
You're not calling that, are you?
Right to the 4th official. And how is that a foul? Well, this is how we'll show you.
What the fuck?
Right.
It's not a foul.
That's not a foul at all.
Not at all. That's
This
Phillips'
ref is
first foul
fucked,
one.
man.
It's been good.
He has been good.
That was a little bit soft.
Should be noted as well, Mr. Duya just mentioned, only 28 years of age.
Is that Tabla?
Either
way, dude fucking runs into the Jabapour's back.
Saturday, August the 27th.
But then because Jabapour is stronger, the other dude falls over, and it's a foul called against Jabapour. Stupid.
Turning it away. Does Acosta go right back into the box? He's thinking about it. He will. It's the switch towards Tissot off of his left foot. That was needed to get over a little bit earlier. Off of Schwanier throw will stay at Atletico Ottawa.
That was a great ball by Bassett again. We keep talking about it. The delivery's got to be better. Can't keep getting in those areas and give the ball away.
They're most certainly in this game, Atletico Ottawa. They're growing their confidence as well. Espejo through the legs of Borges to the right side. Shaw holding up. Worked on by Crutson. Gives it to Bowers. Neither a shot nor a pass for Tabla. That is the right kind of aggression this time from Camus, who goes over, and that's why Ottawa's still on the ball. It's Tabla, an overlapping run from Camus. His left foot, the cross, low header from a Chabrapour. Tabla chases down, Ottawa again. It's Bowers, sent back for Bassett. Ollie Bassett sent further and further away from Tristan Henry. Camus. Clever interior move. Now Maxime Tissot.
Ottawa's got a spring in their step now. They're playing with a good
Make
tempo.
that some Forge
Lots of
orange
energy.
right there. Boom. Even better.
Making Forge work now.
Tissot for Tabla.
So stupid.
Shaw finds it. Malcolm Shaw for Tabla. Baloo Tabla the cross. Ashinyoti Janssen for Sissoko. Rama passing under the pressure. And Chouanière away from his goal. There goes Bacias. All the way over from Espejo.
Rubens can't run it down.
Keeps it in play just.
Shut up.
Here the dub on the other side of the pitch,
What?
saluting the effort.
You can see that.
Chase
Proud
Sean.
of the crowd,
What the
appreciating their
fuck,
play,
man?
appreciating the tempo and energy that they're playing with. That's how you bring the crowd into it.
Siri tells me some weird shit
The crowd
sometimes.
will get you through those tough times.
It's the final push as we're in the 45th minute.
My friends chirped me on Discord. Hey, yeah, you should. If you're interested, you should join the Discord.
Rush's board at the midway line. They're getting it ready now. I think Atletico Ottawa would like to see at least 2 minutes with the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, Discord.
How drastically they could change the complexion of the match. Should they even get one that truly tests Tristan Henry? You can see Jimmy Reza and Ratner just putting his hand out. Let's take the sting out of this a little bit.
Yeah.
Bacias first two, it's Baus. 3 Forge players converge, that's fine unless this happens, there's an overlap. 1 minute minimum added time, it's Carl Howarth in the first seconds of this stoppage time. This is a better cross, up for it, Sissoko. Falls for Baloo Tabla. 1v1 with Chouanière, fakes the cross, now is right. Tissot, Maxime Tissot drives it off the shoulder of both Chouanière.
There you go.
And
In case you're
Rama
interested.
Tabla gets it right back. He's got his hard hat on tonight, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's come to play tonight. He wants to win. Every time he gets that ball, he looks dangerous. He's willing to take players on. Will make those runs that a lot of players don't want to do into the channels, get behind, come short. He's on his game tonight.
It's the assistant referee who throws her flag in the air, spotted a foul. That will give Ottawa likely one final chance in this first half, trying to tie. They go back with the Bass, and Philip Douillet had just seen enough. That's halftime.
Halftime.
Alessandro Hijabrapur in the 26th minute of the match scores another header in a Canadian Premier League final, puts his side ahead, and then it was Forge who
Oh, that's so
started to
weird that it
control
does
this
that.
match. But that last little burst of fight from Atletico Ottawa reminds us all that this match is far
While we're
from
doing
the
this,
finish
I'm gonna
line.
get-
45 minutes in the books at TD Place
Get a nerd
Stadium
out here
here
for
in
a second.
Lansdowne Park. The visitors
Need to
with
get
some work to do,
Forge.
but a ton of belief. We'll take a quick break and come back to the studio where the CPL commissioner joins us at the half. It is Forge 1, Ottawa 0.
Who's this game for?
What color is
For
this?
those just making their
Love that-
start?
love that website.
Or
Well, it's not
those
actually a
with the
website.
whole city on their back? For those who are always game? Or those who are pioneers? For those who are chasing glory? Or is it for all of us? Volkswagen.
That voice in our heads that urges you forward.
There we go. I just got the hex code for.
Fuel it.
That's the hex code for.
We created
Forge's
Carlsberg Zero
orange.
Zero because even the best things can be better. Where
So
I go for
now,
beer.
now it's
Clean
official.
one-handed
Got the
backhand.
official
Better.
orange.
Balancing stuff. It's better.
Right there.
Whatever this is, it's better. We created Carlsberg. Skipping your own ad is better. Parking in space. better. So, can the best alcohol-free beer make good things better? Probably.
Oh, it's Mads Mikkelsen doing a Carlsberg commercial. Neat.
And it's stopped! It's Kieran Baskin! He denies Joe Mason! Are you kidding me, Kieran?
Wonderful save from Sirwan. Across, headed on, good save.
Margot stopped by Powley! Rebound! Stopped again!
Jabrapur header. Where have we heard that before? Looking back inside, TD plays.
Yes, I don't know about anybody else here, but I can't stand Gareth Miller.
Jabrapur gives Forge the 1-0 lead. Gareth Miller alongside Jordan Wilson, Oliver Platt. Let's get straight to it. Foul or no foul. Jabrapur ends up scoring the goal, but it was about what happened before that where it might be a little bit controversial.
Who the production team of One Soccer
My
is
first
fucking
impression
right
was
now.
foul. We're going to have a look at it in a minute
Oh,
and
there
see
you
whether
go.
that's the case or not. But we
Now
talked
you got
before
an
the game
audio
about that
feed,
forward
and now
right
you got a
hand
camera
sides,
feed.
right?
Cool.
Getting it in behind Tiso, if you allow Chouanier to turn and get into any kind of space or in any kind of step whatsoever, Atletico Ottawa are going to be in trouble. They think this is soft. I think there's enough there in terms of contact to the back of the legs. You see it here. Just Chouanier running across Bahus. I think it's a foul, Jordan. I don't know where you're leaning.
The defender in me feels like, oh, get up. But he's smart. He drops at the right time. He feels a bit of contact. And in this game, sometimes it's not if it's a foul, if it appears to be a foul. And Chouanier, that's just class from him.
Here's Jabrapur with the match-winning header, Pacific against Forge last season, doing the people of Hamilton a solid again this time around. A great finish by Alessandro. Doesn't score many goals, but seemingly big moments. The 22-year-old from Burnaby is all over it.
He's such an intelligent player. I got all the time in the world for him as a midfielder, but I think also in these moments, he's someone who
I've
Bobby
joked around
Smith
with my
very
friends
quickly has come
that,
to rely on for his understanding of the game,
I
his
would take
appreciation of, you know, in situations like this that you
Jerry
can put him in
Dobson and
set
Craig
piece situations
Forrest
and he's going to be a threat.
back
I
if
also
it
think it's
meant we didn't
underrated
have
his
to listen
aerial
to
ability. He
Gareth
played a
Wheeler
bit
anymore.
further forward at the start of the season.
We
a bit more
fucking
box to box,
hated Dobson
and was a
and
threat
Forrest.
there. So it's
I
what
wouldn't
Jordan said
hate.
before the game, though.
It's a hard thing to
pieces,
say. I didn't
crosses,
hate.
it's an issue for Ottawa.
Just
So the game took a while to kind of launch into action. The goal kind of spurred that
Forrest
on.
was just
Atletico
hard
Ottawa
to listen
very
to.
cautious, very
But
safe
Wheeler's
out
just
of
a
the
whole
gates,
other level of
but
cringe.
started to grow into the game as the half went on. Did you see enough out of Atletico Ottawa where they can stay the course right now, Jordan, or do they need to switch things up and put a lot more pressure on Forge?
They're going into the half saying we got to come out with more because they're very, very passive. I know that's the style that they play, but this is a final, right? If they play a next 45 like that, they're not winning. So you saw Ollie Bassett a little bit trying to pressure and go after things, but he's going by
Bro, I
himself.
don't think they're gonna
So
win.
Shaw,
Anyways.
Tabla,
Hamilton's
Bassett, they all
going
have
3
to
for
hunt
4,
together
baby.
and go
3
try
for
to win the
4.
ball. It makes no sense sitting back in the 45
The
and you
first
lose.
Canadian
Might as well go for
dynasty
it.
of the CPL.
Ollie?
Yeah, Forge
Well,
have done
that's
a
kind
very
of
good
redundant.
job of not
The
taking
first
any
dynasty
risks
of the
with
CPL.
the ball in terms of turnovers that could create counter-attacks for Ottawa. They've denied Ottawa their main threat that way. Right now, for me, it's Blue Tabler against the Worlds, right? Like, he's surrounded
Yeah,
by
in
3 or
case
4
anybody
guys every time
hasn't
he gets
seen
the ball,
it,
but it doesn't feel like
here's
there's
a
anyone
link.
else on this Ottawa team right now who's capable of making that kind of difference. They need to help him and support him.
They didn't have a shot on target in the first half.
Let me
It
shorten
was
this- I'll
better
shorten this
towards
link
the
and I'll share
end,
it with
but
you guys.
you're right, just moving up that defensive line, playing a little bit higher, giving the crowd a reason to come to life. It's vitally important for Ottawa to start this second half well. It's also
This is a
worth
link
mentioning,
to
when Atletico Ottawa concedes first
which upper
all
four's
season long,
goal.
they never won a game. So
If
they
you
need to
click
buck
it
the
or not.
trend if they have a chance to go
If you
on
can,
and
sweet.
win
If you
the
can't,
North Star
sorry.
Shield. It's 1-0
You
for
can just
Forge. My conversation
type
with
out the
Commissioner
doobly-doo.
Mark Noonan is coming up next.
You'll see what I mean. It's pretty bad
The
defending.
place to beat tonight.
I'm glad that we scored, but
Canadian
it's bad
Premier League
defending.
Championship will be awarded 45 minutes. More to go.
We're used to labels. Apologetic.
What if he fumbles? Your bet could lose. Hold on. Only Proline gives 100% of the profits back to Ontario. Proline, not just another sports book.
No more sugarcoating. because we're labelless and limitless. Oat Canada, the official plant protein partner of Canada Soccer.
The 2022 Canadian Championship Final.
No words, man. No words. Dreams come true.
Welcome on in to our One Soccer studios. You are watching One Soccer today.
New Degree Advanced. First ever 72-hour nonstop protection with motion sense. Tested to the limit and proven.
Still feeling dry and fresh.
72-hour nonstop protection however much you move.
A new era for Canadian soccer begins today. Experience the emotion of every match. Watch all the highlights, the breaking news, the best debates, and analysis, and all the information about the Canadian stars playing abroad. Get access to the best of Canadian soccer from any device. Join the new dawn of an unstoppable game. See the rise on onesoccer.ca.
Ahead of today's CPL final, the league honored its top performers. Cavalry's Marco Carducci claimed Goalkeeper of the Year honors, while Forge FC defender Alexander Ashnodi-Janssen was named the CPL's top defender in 2022. But the biggest winner of the night was Atletico Ottawa's Ollie Bassett, who claimed both Player of the Year and Players Player of the Year honors.
Well, I hope you enjoy those awards, Ottawa, because that's all you're gonna get.
Ottawa's Carlos Gonzalez was named Coach of the Year. Welcome back inside TD Place. Gareth Wheeler alongside the commissioner, the main man in the Canadian Premier League, Mark Noonan, joining me. What a night to celebrate Canadian football and your first Canadian final that you've experienced as a commissioner. Ottawa's really showed up, haven't they?
That's just fantastic. What an incredible showcase for our sport, and two great stories. We have Forge is kind of our most consistent, excellent club from the beginning, and then we have Ottawa, the last to first story, and just a great product, incredible atmosphere, two great supporters groups bringing the atmosphere, and it's fantastic.
It really shows the potential of this league of Canadian soccer. Well, this is going on the field, plenty going on off the field as well. What are the next steps for you in the Canadian Premier League?
So we fly back tomorrow, and then out to Vancouver on Wednesday for a big announcement about a new franchise in Vancouver, and we're going to unveil the brand and get really excited about bringing the team to Langley.
So that's the wheels are in motion. I mean, you haven't been on this job for very long, but what's your perception just about how and where this league can actually go?
The league is just getting started. I mean, it's amazing that 4 years into the league, the quality of play, the quality of the supporters groups, the expansion of the league, we're just getting started, and that's the exciting part.
Seeing a night like this, it just makes you just think that we can make this league into whatever we want, Mark.
Yeah, this can be one of the
John,
top 10
it's
leagues in the world. I'm firmly
1-0. I
convinced
don't know
about
if you can
that.
see the chat,
We just need to continue
but
building.
that's the
bringing
jump
new
report, the
investors
28th minute there at
in,
the
new
top.
Infrastructure, developing fans, developing players.
Just
and,
halftime right now.
We're going to get there over time.
This week in Vancouver,
Forge up
it's going to be a
1-0.
big day. Tonight, you still have some work to do presenting the North Star Shield.
That we do. Looking forward to it.
Commissioner Mark Noonan joining us here on set. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Gareth.
the second half. All to play for in the second half. Forge, they have the 1-goal lead. They've been the dominant side, but this Atletico Ottawa side, resilient with a home crowd behind them. Do not go anywhere. 45 minutes, plus maybe a few more to come. This is the 2022 Canadian Premier League Final, and you're watching on One Soccer.
A new era for Canadian soccer begins today. Experience the emotion of every match. Watch all the highlights, the breaking news, the best debates, and analysis, and all the information about the Canadian stars playing abroad. Get access to the best of Canadian soccer from any device. Join the new dawn of an unstoppable game. See the rise on onesoccer.ca.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Come on!
Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
John, I don't know if you can see that the link that I posted, but if you can, that's a link to the goal.
Come on! Play casino online at comeon.net.
But you know what? You've inspired me. You've inspired me more. I'm gonna put a score up here.
Canada's soccer heartbeat is growing faster as FIFA World Cup Qatar rapidly approaches.
Get some
and
logos
Canada
and
has
shit.
one more friendly to prepare. One final test. It's Canada versus Japan, November 17th. One Soccer.
Give me like 2 minutes here. I'll get this.
It's Kieran Baskin. He denies Joe Mason. Are you kidding me, Kieran?
Wonderful save from Sirwan. Across, hit it on. Good save.
Margot stopped by Powley. Rebound. Stopped again.
Loose ball and it's in. What a strike. It's in. It's over the line.
Scoreboard's coming here, guys. Don't you worry.
The Canadian Premier League's biggest night of this season. The stage, TD Place Stadium in our nation's capital of Ottawa, Ontario. The home side with a bit of a hole to try and climb out of as we start this second half. Maybe the final 45 minutes in 2022. Forge kickoff first, and boy, do they start quick. Borges for Morgan. Diego Espejo sends that into the dub as everyone just tries to find their bearings a little bit here. Whatever Poppy said, Jimmy, I think was heard and well received because they've started with their boots on fire.
No, they have picked up where they left off.
Ashton Morgan dribbles through both Bassett and Howarth. It's cleared away. Now Daniel Crutzen lets it bounce once. Lets it across to his center back team and Ashton Yodi Janssen, who had to go to ground to keep it away from Malcolm Shaw.
Gotta get this done.
You know, normally a giveaway that was.
Oh, look at this massive giveaway. It's Balu Tavla trying to turn Rezard Rama around. He is on a yellow, as is David Chouanier on the ball right now. Sergio Camus was cautioned for Atletico Ottawa.
Forge is lucky there. Oh, that's the wrong person you want to give the ball away to in certain areas. But you could see Forge already, they're on the front foot. Now, most times when you go 1-0, go in at halftime, 1-0 up, you're always thinking, okay, they're going to come at us for the next 15 minutes.
Forge back into the area for Pasillas. Hooked back in, your kick save. Second save. Made him incredible, but the danger's still there.
Oh my God, Borges! Fuck! That's such a terrible touch.
Abdul Sissoko can clear. Are you kidding me, Mr. Nathan Ingham?
Wow, what a save that was. Brave as a lion. You can see he's hurt as well. Throwing his body on the line for the cause.
Not once, but twice, Nate saves the day. They're singing his name, as they should be. 2 goals this early into the second half might have been a ton to ask of Atletico Ottawa, but again, Forge creating all kinds of headaches less than 2 minutes into the second period. Morgan over, headed back from Tissot, Baus in a foot race.
I wish I could help the
No
live stream
substitutions
link.
from
Man.
either
I've never actually
gaffer
looked it up
after
because
45 minutes of play.
I've got a
It's the same
subscription to
22
Fubo
men who
TV
started the
and
match and have resumed it in this second
it's got
half.
one soccer on
Forge,
it.
of course, going from right to left now in the second half, wearing their alternate strip, the all gray with the orange letters and numbers, trying
It's been
to
so
break
long
down
since I streamed
Nathan Ingham
games.
on the west end of the stadium here at TD Place. This is Morgan.
For me now, Ottawa's got to start creeping up. Don't keep inviting Forge to come at you. They're dangerous.
No worries, man. Sorry, I wish I could stream it here for, but we shut down.
Moving the ball around with a purpose.
Oh, why don't you use a VPN then?
They're going to find themselves in that final third where they like to lift the tempo.
Jabapour, he scored the goal to put Forge ahead in the 28th minute of the match. Noah Jensen comes in to try and help fill the void of Kyle Becker. It also gives Alessandro Jabapour a bit more offensive responsibility. There is no such thing as a like-for-like replacement for Kyle Becker. One of the faces of not just Forge, but the Canadian Premier League from the very
fucking
beginning.
serious?
Clever little slip. Blocked by Tissot. He thought it ricocheted back off of
That's so
Rahman
fucking
out for a
annoying.
corner.
And like that's one thing I hate about some streaming services. They actively talk about how, oh, you can watch it, you know, when you're away from home, you can use your VPN and watch your favorite stuff when you're in a different country. But then when you try to actually use it, oh, it's blocked. It's so dumb.
We will bookmark that, especially if Ottawa can find an equalizer. It will not be the last time that Nathan Ingham is tested. Corners played in, it's a decent ball. Sissoko track sends it back towards the spot. Dropping into space, Carl Howard, and we have an injured
Yeah, John,
player
that's
heading
why
to
at
the
least like
end.
I'm glad that I can at
Flashbacks
least
to
play
leg
the
two. There's
audio
one down
during
for
this.
Atletico Ottawa. That's Camus getting help to his feet.
I can't do VOD with it afterwards because it'll get copyright claim, but
Definitely smart. Sissoko and
I don't
Camus.
think enough people care about CPL right now to worry about copyright claiming live streams, so shh.
It's Miguel Acosta, I believe, who went in with Drew Becky in the last match. Camus had to come over and check to see he wasn't bleeding. Now the shoe's on the other foot. It's a very composed looking Forge bench. You know the wheels, though, turning a mile a minute for Bobby Smirniotis.
Forge have come out strong, haven't they?
Brilliantly.
And going back to what I was saying, when you go in 1-0 up, you're expecting the opposition to come at you.
Right.
Forge have countered that. They said, no way. We're not letting you come
Forge
at
is
us. We're
still
gonna
at 64%
knowing
possession.
that we're 1-0 up. We're not going to give you that opportunity.
6 corners
We're
to
gonna come
none.
with energy now.
It's been all Forge the entire game.
And you can see every single player is all on the same page. And when you're playing in finals, you can't play with passengers. Every single one of their players knows their role, knows their job, and they've been committed.
Well, that same will be very much true for the eventual substitutes that come into the match. There will be no real warm-up period. They need to be coming in, ready to work, put their body on the line. This is their season. It's over after this. April is a long way away. It's absolutely time to leave it all out there. A combination of Balou Tabla and Malcolm Shaw, they've been the two best players on the park for Atletico Ottawa tonight. Balou has been everywhere. Wins another foul. Bassett comes to Carl Howard. Wearing the captain's armband, shares those duties with Drew Becky. A long ball forward. Jabapour backtracking Balos
Yeah, man,
into his
they're
boots.
killing them. It's great.
Advantage being played now. Now Chouanier with time and options. A little bit cheaply given away there from David.
I was at the last, I think it was the last regular season home game against York.
Janssen called off by Henry.
They who shall not be named, the York
Meters to
Nines.
spare. Tristan quickly rolls it out to his left.
But
Now
I was
Daniel
sitting near
Wilson.
the York supporters for some stupid reason, and they were sitting there, and it was hilarious. They were like saying all these stupid chants, but like, who the fuck are Forge and all this. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? Nah, man, they're not. They've been owning this game. If they do, I'll be amazed.
Rocket against Cavalry in the Forge season opener, but no goal bigger than his in the first half. Now Reza Rama sprinting to try and keep it in play.
The crazy thing is, didn't
15 matches played,
Yeah,
one assist recorded for Reza Rama.
Liverpool scored the winning goal
Premier League, the
last
second division, of course, with Nottingham Forest, 2019 to 2022. He spent time with the Forest youth setup. Also 9 years with Olympiacos' youth team as well. Good pedigree coming in. Brilliant stab at the ball. It's textbook from Jabrapur. The sprint from Sissoko. Chouanier keeps it himself. Driving with his right now, just leaves it outside. Looking for Pasillas. Falls. Chouanier spins around through Sissoko. Now Jensen again. This time it's low, but this time it's blocked, and it's Pasillas who has a little tug on the shirt of Espejo.
Ottawa's got to start matching the intensity of Forge. You can see in certain areas of the park, the Ottawa players they're losing their individual battles. Forge just seem that bit hungrier right now.
Taken away once more. Jabrapur for Chouanier. Baus step up from his center back.
Yeah, it was Jabrapur.
Jensen to
He scored the
Ashley
game-winning goal
Johnson.
last year, and well, I'm not gonna say it, but you don't get it.
Boubacar Sissoko darts to his left, stays on it. Sissoko has
He
it
won
blocked
hell
by
of a
Camus.
record.
Easier said than done when you need it to be about 34 minutes and added time long, but how they how they finished that first half, Jimmy, we need to see a bit more of that from Atletico Ottawa now.
I know the graphics are lame, but John, I'm so glad you asked the score because I'm like stupidly kind of like pleased with this lame scoreboard that I've made.
That little bit of energy.
I think the next time I do a live stream for a game, I'm gonna actually do a proper scoreboard for it, so that way I can easily update it and shit. And that way it doesn't look so ghetto like this one does. But kudos, man.
Ben McKendry, Brian Wright, Zach Verhoeven, and Ivan Perez. I believe I see Kevin Alleman with the training top off. Atletico Ottawa's number 7 will be the first move in this match.
That'd be a good sub, bringing Alleman on. He's the type of player that likes to get on the ball. He'll keep possession. Very creative in that final third.
The bench for Forge, Dominic Samuel, Taron Campbell, Kwesi Poku, Garvin Miche Matusala, Jordan Hamilton, and Maliko Olabi Bellewu.
Thanks.
Big lunge from Tissot, an important one. Chouanier was gone on the other side. Back for Nathan Ingham of Keswick, Ontario. What a turnaround season for him. He was trusted with the starting responsibility, and he has rewarded his coaching staff every step of the way. He was more than ready. His ability to stay calm and composed and execute. One of the few keepers, the only one of the 3 noted who outperformed his expected goals against this season.
Some Ottawa players are starting to argue with each other.
Behind a great system, but there will be moments in every match where you're asked to do some heavy lifting as a keeper. It can be a merciless job.
Sissoko was just giving it to Acosta for not passing it to him.
Doesn't he, Jimmy?
He does. He's such a great keeper. You could see there before when he made those saves.
The cracks are starting to appear.
He'll throw his body on the line for the team.
Tabla more step overs just over the head of Carl Howarth.
Good cross from Tabla, but a little too high for the midget. Sorry, for the shorter gentleman who ran to the box. I shouldn't say shit like that. I should know better.
In the 57th minute. It's a big moment. It was a big match for Zachary Baus. The Quebec boy.
Oh yeah, totally starting to feel the pressure. Starting to feel the pressure and starting to see those minutes on the clock disappearing.
121, Canadian minutes. Driver for so many moments, but I think this is definitely an attack-minded substitution.
Ailman on for Bauhaus.
In that midfield now.
Yeah, they need it. They're losing that midfield battle. Carlos had to make a change.
It's funny how they're losing the midfield battle, yet they've got more guys in midfield than Hamilton
Get the
does.
ball to his feet. Let him be creative. Let him express himself.
33 minutes, but far from the finish line. Borges maybe could have taken another touch or two, looking for Macias early.
Borges, his passing's been off today. I don't know if it's the nerves or what, but just some sloppy passing.
Involved with Rama. Flag comes up, offside, called against Women's Macias. It's Carl Howarth. Alleman's first touch out wide. What a
yeah, they got 5 in mid.
On the left side of the pitch right now,
and there's like
with Bassett being able to go
2
from
Hamilton
right to
in mid.
left and put it all together.
Maybe 3.
Can they put it together? Think of the noise, the eruption.
Still 61 to 39 to 61% possession.
It's a better spell now with Ottawa. Keeping the ball.
Ottawa has been into it a little bit more. Forge is starting
side to side.
Sit back a touch.
And they've got to be patient. Be patient with the ball. Eventually they'll open up.
It's kind of looking like the reverse of the first half.
Too much on it for Carl Howard. It's the right idea. It's the right run. Just not executed from Bassett.
Player of the year, Ollie Bassett, just smashed a fucking pass from pretty much the halfway line. Way out of touch.
But Bassett's delivery just let it down.
I think he was trying to play in a play or something, but man, way too much.
Regular season and playoffs combined 2,537 minutes, 8 goals, 3 assists. He has been the beat to which Atletico Ottawa have marched to this season, and can't say enough about the culture and really the responsibilities and the ability to execute those that he and Malou both have brought. They have upped the game of this club so much and so quickly. Important too, I think, Jimmy, that they being the league, introduced that Player of the Year as well. To have the respect from your peers. I think there was 180 players who voted on it, and Bassett was the one that they decided was the most outstanding in the league.
Yeah, he absolutely deserves it. He really does. Every single match. Plays with his heart in his sleeve. It's great when he gets on the ball. He's got good football.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like they're just not being too much on the front foot. I think because they know Ottawa's going to come out and attack a bit, so they're just kind of maybe conserving some energy a bit. But yeah, we can't sit back too much because that's where you start inviting too much pressure and that's where mistakes get made. This Sissoko for Ottawa. Just watching him, like he's fucking yelling at everybody. Like I don't know if he's just an asshole or if like maybe the team's not doing what they're supposed to, like they're not following the instructions. Ooh, there's a chance. Sissoko, they got blocked, but it was right at the top of the box.
Took an awkward bounce, a little bit of a spin on the ball.
Yeah, I was saying that Sissoko's he's just fucking barking at everybody.
It's another cheap one from Macias. He's bordering on some persistent infringement, which is what's got Sergio Campos in trouble in the first half.
Stupid foul from Rubens there.
You can see that Rubens is just trying to play aggressive, but you don't need your striker giving up cheap ones left and right like that.
Ottawa played quick. I don't think that was the right idea, the right time to play quick. That's an opportunity to put it into the box.
I wish I could see the possession last 10 minutes because it's now 42 to 58%. So like Ottawa's definitely growing into this game now. Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of Ottawa games. I think this might be the first or second Ottawa game I've watched, but man, if this is like an ongoing thing with this guy, that's some serious attitude issues.
What it was going to be like playing against his former
this whole
side,
fucking regular season
win one for his
get to his head.
He shared a story with us saying that At the end of the last match, that 0-0 that I mentioned earlier, he was shaking hands and catching up with his former teammates after the game. He said, we'll see you in the final. True to his word, here they are. Carlos Gonzalez not considering his side favorites in this match. His quote was, there's pressure for them, there's opportunity for us. Meanwhile, Bobby's response was, pressure is playing at the Azteca. This is something that they've grown very much accustomed to. Great step from Tissot outside of his foot for Alleman. Tissot, one more, Tabla, Baloo Tabla. They close down so quick, 3 gray shirts around. They need to cycle it, Alleman.
Oh, sweet, man.
Out there just playing a little bit
I haven't gone to any road matches.
Acosta for Bassett. This is going to stay in play. The cross. No further than the Forge captain, Ashton Morgan.
I've been to a couple York games just because like I live in Burlington, and I have all my Toronto friends are York supporters. I'm the oddball that chose Hamilton, but we're all TFC supporters. But yeah, I've been to a few York games, but that's as far as I've gone.
Looking to get in behind. Their speed of play is a lot
Been
better.
to several Forge home games too, though. That Tim Hortons field has really grown on me. I'm a bigger guy, so those big seats are really nice, and having actual cup holders for your beer in the seats in front of you is pretty sweet too. Definitely a different experience from BMO Field, that's for sure.
Pressure from Ashinyoni, Janssen at Sean, a bear hug. It's a roar, and it's a big roar. Think of all the knockout football Forge have played over the years, CONCACAF League especially. Canadian Championship final this year, they still have that sting from the penalty kick loss. For Toronto FC on their own home turf. What it produces is a very composed core, though there's been a lot of turnover this year, more than Forge has ever seen. Rama can't get there. Lovely cutback, Baloo's cross for Bassett! Underneath it. Thought it might have taken a deflection on the way. It certainly wasn't cleanly in. An ailing Forge player as well, down to ground and hands on head. Brilliant first pass, and Tabla's just been so dynamic.
Bassett just couldn't get his hips around it. But you got to give credit to Borges as well. Just gives him that little nudge just as he's about to hit it to throw him off.
Well, this.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We the last game we went to, like I said, we were sitting beside the York supporters for a while, having a drum in the back of my head. We just got up and like it was pretty full that day, but we managed to get up and find like a nice spot, sort of like right by the center of the pitch there, and much better view and less stupid around us too. So it was nice.
Reviewing the stats, the data, the
and I like the pre-game $5 beers. It's pretty sweet.
It'd certainly make the 5-hour trip for those supporters well worth it to see their side win again.
I don't drink a lot these days, but
every now and then
it's nice to
on the Forge touchline. They will be making their first substitution of the match. Whether or not that is for Noah Jensen is still to be determined. It was one of the considerations that Bobby was having. How do you try and set up this team today? Do you try and go like for like in terms of player type in Jensen? Do you put a Kwesi Poku out there, so maybe send him at left forward? Does Taron Campbell get a go?
No subs yet. Looks like somebody's getting ready.
And their first substitution of the night is going to be Garvin Matusala.
Oh, Matusala's coming on.
Incredible rise last season,
Okay.
drafted out of Concordia University to playing CONCACAF football. Into a final he lost. He is part of that new wave of Forge players that hasn't
Gotta
won
admit,
the North Star Shield yet.
I'm not a CFL fan or NFL. It's I've been to a bunch of games. I've got a when I was in school, one of my roommates, her boyfriend was like a diehard Argo supporter. The guy would like wear like a blue coveralls that were covered in pins and shit. And he took me to a bunch of games. It's not for me. It's not. It's the stoppage of the game is just, to me, it just bores me.
Drives himself. He scored a few times just like
And especially
that this
NFL,
season.
it's even worse.
Saying that was deflected. That's what has him up in arms.
You can see there, Sissoko finds himself in a great space. The midfield has gone on to press, but the defenders didn't come up with them, which is leaving big pockets in front of them, which allows Sissoko to turn around and start running at you. And as a defender, that's the last thing you want to do is have players running at you. They've got to get their line up.
I think that's even one of the things that's kind of drawn me away from the NHL. Like the 2004 lockout for the NHL really put me off hockey for a long time, and that's kind of when I sort of fell in love with football. But I remember watching hockey when I was a kid. There wasn't a lot of stoppages, and now if I do watch games, there's a fucking commercial like, every 2 minutes. It's annoying. So, and then being at a game is even worse because you just sit there for a commercial timeout. So. This is where I love this game. Just 45 minutes of nonstop. It's great.
From Chouanier. It allows Atletico Ottawa to close that gap. It's fantastic hustle back into position.
Great play by Sissoko. Running at defenders. Last second, he knows Chouanier's coming. Slips him in, but Chouanier just couldn't get it out of his feet. Took too long to set it up. That little stutter step before he hit it gave enough time for the defender to come across and put a block in.
I don't get this today. They keep doing this fake short corner shit. So either Borges or Chouanier will take it, and then the other guy will, the other one will come in
very much in this game.
and just be down the byline by like 10, 15 yards, acting like they're going to go for a short corner, but they never go for the short corner. It's like, at least if you're going to pretend, at least mix it up every now and then.
Tangled up with Jensen, and there's a handball on each of them. They both go unnoticed. Now Crutzen, deflected cross, taking no chances. Ingham came out just in case. The center back does him a favor, and now that substitution for Forge is standing by with Atletico Ottawa ready to make a couple of their own.
Oh yeah, like for CPL, it's fun. Really good prices.
But again, for Noah to go from being left out of the team,
I used to have season tickets for TFC, and then I stopped for a couple of years because I had moved away and stuff. But
without Kyle Becker, Noah had a good night tonight.
just moving back, I got season tickets for next year. It's like $500, whereas like Forge, it's like what, 3 or something.
Bobby would be very proud of his performance tonight.
Town of Curtis, Ontario should be as well as Matusala comes in. Heavy pass back, Malcolm Shaw.
And the one thing that I really love about going to a Forge game is
Hard 71 minutes. Brian Wright
I can leave my house and within 20 minutes be parked just outside Tim Hortons Field. It's amazing. Whereas like when I go to TFC, like I gotta take like the GO train and shit. So it's like I have to leave like an hour and a half before I want to get there. But been a TFC supporter for so long that it's kind of hard not to go.
He'll drop deep to play alongside his Jabrapur. Also
But I love that I'm surrounded by football now. It's amazing.
You can also drop into a 5 here if you're Forge and you really want to defend for the win. '73rd minute.
I was literally, that's funny. I was just about to say what time it was, in case I was wondering.
Slimmest of margins.
It's like he's reading my mind.
It's not panic time, but it is certainly time for a little bit more urgency from Atletico Ottawa, trying to force the issue here.
Yeah, I do too. I'm curious to see what's going on with Mavinga because he's.
And it's Carl Howarth who does
seems like there's some cryptic shit going on.
Like they might try this 4-4-2.
Seems like they don't want to pay him what he's worth. And I just wish Bradley would fucking retire already. Like, go be a coach. He's just game's past him. I know he's got the desire. And he's a great captain and all, but he's not good enough anymore. He's not. Same thing with Josie. Like, I fucking love Josie. That guy. I hope we build a fucking statue for him someday. And I hate how he was treated and the way that he left the team, like left the club. But like Josie should have fucking retired 2 years ago. Oh yeah, we are playing systems like we're trying to build a team around the Italians, but we also have to try to find a way to fit Bradley into the mix. And we've given up some good young players. Like the fact that we got rid of Priso is kind of frustrating because he would have been a great replacement for Bradley. I am glad that we picked up Kay because I hope Kay can find his form, and because Kay plays fucking great for Canada, played great for LA, but it seems like ever since he made that move to Colorado, he's been off his game. Oh fuck! Nice save. Ottawa just broke through, but Henry with a huge save.
Shifting the ball, patient in possession, quick 1-2. But he's got to score. You've got to take that opportunity.
Yeah, because Kay would be a perfect replacement for Bradley. Like, Kay is sort of like, I don't know. To the men's national team, like to me, Atiba is like our Vieira, sort of. But Kay's like just under that, I think. Yeah, it was close.
You can see he's trying to whip it, but didn't make the contact that he wanted. It's a wasted opportunity, especially after that play. The crowd's on their feet. They want that good delivery and that ball into the box.
Next to come for Forge is Dominic Samuel. He won't have started in every final, but he will have featured in every single final match in CPL history.
I'm looking forward to our World Cup, although I'll never have a Canada shirt. I know this is like a fat guy problem, and you know I need to change those things, but I find it funny that Nike Canada does not produce a Canada shirt, like a Canada kit, bigger than XL, or yeah, I think it's XL. And I mean, North America, we're like the most obese fucking part of the world, but anyway, Nike Canada doesn't produce those. Yet you can go to a Nike store in Canada and buy a fucking 4X France jersey.
That is the fourth
fucking
caution
so
issued in this match. He is definitely a part of the foundation, Dominic Samuel. Ashton Morgan comes in this season.
Oh yeah, me too. If they end up like in Vancouver, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm not going to fucking Vancouver.
The Canadian international has brought to this team. Still got it, even a little bit of an older, more advanced stage at this stage in his career. Ashton Morgan, 31 years of age, turned back the clock a few times in 2022. Dominic Samuel slides in that left back role. This is Matusala advancing, has an opening.
Oh,
outside.
the ball from Matusala to the right.
Another touch, brilliant.
Goal! Yes! Chouanier. Yeah.
What a great goal that was. The confidence he has, controlling that ball, keeping it close to his feet, and then having the composure to test Nate Ingham and put it in the back of the net. You can see here he's coming in late, gets at his feet, keeps it close, knows exactly where he's going.
Garvin Miche Matusala, a factor as well. The ability to make that decision in real time from Chouanier, and again to blast it with his right foot. This time up in the air, into the far netting, past the outstretched hand of Nathan Ingham.
Yeah, they just scored 2-0.
He only scores the biggest of goals, David Chouanier, and that is a huge insurance marker.
What a goal that was. To keep his feet, and that ball so close, he sent the defender for a hot dog.
Well, this is the risk they run now. They have to push forward, but they cannot leave themselves exposed. Garvin Miche Matusala, the run to initiate that play. That time Daniel Crutzen all the way forward. You can feel almost like a big balloon, the air being let out of it a little bit here in Ottawa. They're still making their fair share of noise, the Atletico Ottawa supporters, but it's a bit more subdued now. They know they have a mountain to climb.
10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to do
it's
it.
over.
Cut out by Matusala off of the leg.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Played for Forge. 10 minutes away from
Sissoko with like a fucking, just a petulant little fucking foul on Matusala, and ref just, yeah, whatever, you know, advantage. But like,
and we'll send Forge to the corner flag.
Shit.
Ottawa's got to change their tactics now. 2-0 down, 10 minutes left.
Ivan Perez and the super sub Zach Verhoeven standing by for Carlos Gonzalez.
I was thinking just now, the way Matusala was making a run, I thought we were going to go for a third, but that was like, Sissoko just took out his legs and the ref didn't do shit about it. We're at a corner right now though. Oh my god, they actually went for a short corner this time. Look at these guys mixing it up. Fucking 80th minute, they finally take the short corner.
First year in Calgary at Atco Fields. They lifted it for the first time. They're not there yet, but they're well on their way to doing it this time in the nation's capital.
Forge players be watching that, watching the clock now. It'll be the longest 10 minutes ever.
That was a bad touch.
Well, the throw-in can be taken. Verhoeven and Ivan Perez will come in. Maxime Tissot exits. He deserves a hero's ovation on his way out, as does Oliver Bassett. Their seasons, respectively, come to an end. I think the feeling they
Well, that tells you a lot when the player of the year is getting subbed off with 10 minutes to go when you need a goal. It's been like this whole fucking game. CPL refs are pretty terrible as it is. But this whole game, he's been super hard on Hamilton and really soft on Ottawa. Like up until the first half, I think. it was like just before first half.
Costa for Verhoeven.
Ottawa had 5 or 6 fouls, no yellow cards. Hamilton, 2 fouls, 2 yellow cards. And it really wasn't like there was like any more aggressive foul either side. So it was just like the ref was just happy to just fucking hand the cards to Hamilton for some reason.
For Bobby Smirniotis to bring off the bench, a man who's won multiple championships, including a major.
And now fouls are 9-9.
As well as the youngster Maliko Olabi-Bello. They will be the next moves for Smirniotis as they try and work the clock and just get over the finish line.
Yeah, so we each have 2 yellows now.
So it'll be Rubens Bassius who exits. A breakout season for the youngster. No goals on the night.
Oh, look, Jordan Hamilton's getting a token fucking appearance. That's one guy whose career just fucking went down the toilet. Promising young player, and it's just, I don't know.
And for him to put himself in a position to be starting these matches over Taron Campbell, over Jordan Hamilton, says a lot about how they feel about him and what he has done.
I question how
all season long.
there are a lot of professional strikers out there who have careers yet rarely score goals.
Really is a great player to watch, but you can understand that.
And not for lack of opportunity of minutes.
Let Jordan now do the dirty work.
Yeah, Becker got suspended.
Chase balls down, close the defenders.
I wonder if he's going to do a John Terry and go full kit wanker to be part of the trophy celebrations at the end of the night. I fucking love that meme.
On the bench.
Every now and then I see it, and it cracks me up.
Joignier in the clutch, but Borges always, when it matters, puts in a heck of a shift. Maliko Olabi-Bello who comes in to take over for Tristan. The header forward towards David Joignier. Well, that's not as close to Ingham as he would have liked it. He has to run forward. And
Jordan Hamilton has been on the pitch for 10 seconds, and there was a loose ball, I don't know, 5 yards ahead of him. He wouldn't even go to full fucking sprint to get it. You just let the keeper run out to get it ahead of him. The keeper had way more ground to make up. This is why you fucking suck, man. You don't put in any fucking effort in.
Get ever closer to
like it was literally him and the keeper and the ball in between them. And if he'd have just actually ran, he probably could have got onto it and had a chance on goal. But no, it's fucking too much work. Might actually get my kids sweaty.
Ball retriever was quick, getting him one. Restarting down this near side. It's Baloo Tabla. It's by Hamilton taking the ground. Gotta go quick. Start to wonder when you'll see Ingham go up as well.
He puts in so much effort to get back and fucking fouls the guy. What the fuck?
Trying to thread the needle for Brian Wright, taken away by Daniel Crutzen.
It's again now, you have 5 minutes left. You're down 2-0. Get the ball in the box. You need a goal.
Guy is a total leader, man.
Try to play quick, but
I wonder how often he like
he
mentions to the younger players and the newer guys that he played for TFC. You know, me and Beckers, you know, we're at
We're gonna
TFC.
have plenty of time after the final whistle. We will of course stay with you through the lifting of the North Star Shield. We'll also hear from Gareth, Ollie, and Jordan, get their thoughts on the match. But Jimmy, if you would, a word on Bobby Smirniotis. They're not there yet. I don't want to pretend that they are. But this just seems a well-oiled machine. Kyle Becker goes out, their most important player. They don't skip a beat, whether it's Noah Jensen, the adjustments they make, and they're a few minutes away from another North Star Shield. After this build-up, I want you to weigh in on just what he has done for this team, for this league. In the meantime, it's Verhoeven for Tabla. It's that final touch that disappoints. Matusala thought about hoofing it away. And then Sissoko hacked down by Verhoeven, might see yellow for that. And that gives us our opening. A thought on Bobby.
Listen,
He's not going to see yellow for it. Hamilton or Ottawa has to like put out 10 fouls before they get a yellow card.
Every single year,
Even if they break somebody's leg.
Him and his brother have built a fantastic squad. They've got depth. They play
87th minute now.
And they just seem to be getting better and better. And it doesn't matter who you take out of the lineup. The next player will step in and do a job for
3
them.
for 4, baby.
You know,
3 for 4.
in the way that they play.
It's a shame we didn't win
It's
last year.
attractive
The
football.
3-peat would have been
It's
sweet,
Bobby's
but
brand, and rightly so,
no
they
one can argue the
deserve to be
dynasty.
in the final every single year, and a lot of times people count them out, but they still find a way to get to this final, and rightly so, they deserve it.
Chouanier is
tonight.
getting
They've
the
been very,
man of the
very
match.
good. They've been the team that's been on the front foot for the whole match.
Well, speaking of deserve, this is David
Chouanier, he's
scored last week
to
in
me,
the
he's
opener.
a
he scores the insurance marker again tonight, and
he's
he takes
a
home
polarizing
our
player for me
Gatorade
because
performance of the
fucking hated
match.
him when he was at
6
Montreal,
goals
but
now on the campaign,
so happy we
2
have him.
in playoff football. David brilliant, Borges brilliant, so many for Forge, but Chouanier special tonight.
Is it Montreal? I'm not crazy. It's Montreal.
He's such
Was
a
it?
great player,
Was it,
isn't he?
was it Vancouver?
Really,
No,
is
it was Montreal.
a player with
Why am I
good
losing my
football
mind?
IQ,
Why am I second guessing myself?
pace, good feet. It's a joy to watch.
Yeah,
Deserved
Montreal.
that goal tonight.
Hamilton doing exactly what you predicted, Jimmy, and that is getting forward, trying to play keep away. Every second excruciating for Atletico Ottawa.
Ottawa Sissoko is one
steps over the
fucking
touchline in front of the
asshole.
Ottawa bench,
He's just
taking
losing
some
his
clock
shit
away.
right
Little
now.
deflections that give Forge a throw in, and they milk it.
I almost guarantee he's going to be the one guy in the dressing room afterwards yelling at everybody.
Hamilton tries to spin free from Verhoeven and Acosta. And out wide, there's the speedy Ivan Perez. It needs to be up the pitch. It needs to be at Tristan Henry in the 90th minute now. Atletico Ottawa's season, the hopes of the double. As a feint pulls, it's scooped over Verhoeven. Exceptional service, just inches over the head of Malcolm Shaw. It ends up as a goal kick, but that was
a nice ball.
Another flashy finisher moment for Verhoeven.
What a ball that is. Great ball into the box. Obviously, Shaw's just ran onto it a little bit too quick instead of holding this run. But I tell you what, you've got to give credit
totally.
to Forge as well. Their defending has been first class.
He's done everything perfectly. So everybody else has been
They're
shit.
back in numbers. Everybody's back into the position.
Hey, just want to put this out there before the game ends. I'm going to be doing this for Liverpool games, TFC games, probably TFC road games next year. Definitely World Cup.
Every single one of their players is coming back to help out.
But yeah, if anybody's interested,
5 minutes is the minimum
I'll
time
be
to be
doing
added.
these
The
streams
goals
for
have to
Liverpool
come
games
now
for the rest of the year,
Ottawa.
and definitely World Cup games.
It's right.
Definitely the Canada games for sure.
It's a very clever intention. It's a little bit too far away from Malcolm Shaw, though. It is everyone
And I'll have a
but
better
Espejo
scoreboard system by
and
then, too.
Camus back in the attack. That is where their brain has shifted. Hamilton called. The foul goes against the Forge striker. No arguments on that one.
What's he complaining? Hamilton literally just ran and jumped into a guy. And he's complaining.
It's a nice challenge.
Fucking dope.
Sissoko exquisite again. It's a well-oiled machine, this Forge midfield. Carlos Gonzalez leaping in the box, saying, get it in the box. Acosta does. Henry out, makes the catch, goes to ground.
5 minutes at a time.
Another
It's
step
now the
closer for
91st
Forge.
minute. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go.
Jimmy,
If it wouldn't
this
literally
is it
destroy
for
all
Ottawa
the
this
electronics
season.
of this room, I'd get like a
We've been
little
asked a lot
bottle
about
of
this.
champagne and
Podcasts, broadcasts,
spray it all over
on
the place
panel.
when we win. But
I'm gonna ask you again, now that we've seen it come to fruition.
I don't think I can afford to replace everything.
It's pretty darn special what we've seen from Atletico Ottawa this season.
It is. You know, we talked about this on our podcast, Footy Prime. And, you know, we said how, what they've done is remarkable. Any team,
Chouanier's down
whatever it
hurt.
is, that goes from last place to make it to a championship final has done something right. And to see the fans coming out in numbers tonight supporting this club, you just hope that it continues to grow and grow and grow. And obviously they'll be disappointed, the players, the staff, because they would have wanted to get a great result tonight and lifted a trophy here in front of all these fans. But now, this organization, where they are, they've got a good club, they've got good players, they've got a good coach, they've got all the right pieces in place, and now it's up to them to continue to grow it and build on this.
Maybe I'll cheekily
and get stronger and stronger.
For a second,
and I'd imagine in the
bring the video up when they go to lift the shield.
Pieces, not too much,
just for a moment, just so we can see that.
Good dynamic here. You don't want to tamper with it too much.
2.5 of the 5 minutes minimum added. I will echo that and also tip my cap to
I think
Fernando
if I do
Lopez,
it quick
the Chief
enough,
Executive Officer of Atletico
nobody will
Ottawa,
notice.
Jeff Hunt, the president of the club and strategic partner, and the supporters, the community that they built here. You and I had the great privilege, the pleasure to be at that event last night in the Glebe Central Pub just up the road and to spend time with the supporters and hear them talk about the community that they built. Atletico Ottawa lost their team, the Fury. They're not going to lose Atletico Ottawa, and they deserve all the credit in the world despite the final not going their way.
No, it was great as well when you saw the fans last night actually singing in Spanish.
Yes,
singing in Spanish. And Oscar from One Soccer started getting emotional as well. I think I had to pass a tissue to him.
Down to the final 2 minutes. The question has been asked on several occasions: how do you stop the orange wave that is Forge? Whether it is Central America, the Caribbean, it does not matter. And when they did not get into CONCACAF League this year, when they had that heartbreaker in the Canadian Championship final, a heartbreaker in Montreal.
Oh, that Canadian Championship final is
this match.
That pissed me off so much, the fact that they took 2 years to play that final. The Hamilton team that should have played TFC for the 2020 Canadian Championship would have destroyed Toronto FC. No fucking question. Because 2 years ago, TFC was absolute dog shit. I mean, they're still dog shit, but they're not as bad as they were 2 years ago. And that Forge team would have just fucking run all over them. And then the fact that like they just squeaked out a win. I was at that game. I was so pissed. So upset.
You can see the scarves, the flags, the arms in the air in Section K. Forge and their supporters 20 seconds away.
Oh, I should wear my scarf. I've got the city scarf. It's
Bobby told us at the beginning of the season a window for success in this league. He put it at 3 years. He lost a ton of players. He had to retool, rebuild on the fly. They have always played their way. They have
I've never
always
seen
tried
that.
to dazzle.
Bobby's at the wheel. I fucking love that. It's over. 3 for 4, baby.
Time in 4 seasons.
3 for 4.
Forge of Hamilton are champions of the Canadian Premier League. A dynasty. Bobby Smirniotis and this group. 3 North Star Shields in their change room. You can see the complete and utter heartbreak painted all over the faces of these Atletico Ottawa supporters.
I will say this. I just wish that the Canadian Shield was not a fucking crystal thing that if you drop it, it's going to get destroyed.
This is familiar territory.
It's the only thing.
Again, 3 in
I wish
4
we had
years.
It's
more durable
I mean, we discussed this
trophy.
Congratulations to Forge, to Bobby, the club, the supporters. It's well deserved. And at times
Good on the players, man. The players just ran over to the support, the Hamilton supporters.
They won't get to the final. They knew exactly where they were going. They had one thing on their mind, is to get to another final and win a championship. They were disappointed last year, not winning it. And it wasn't going to happen again this year. They were up for that challenge tonight. They won their individual battles all over the park. And it was a true team performance.
Well, on a lighter note, that is a record, I think. Watching Jonathan Grant, Sebastian Costello, Emery Welshman, and Chris
Man, winning
Nanko
feels
get
good.
their jersey from the suite just a couple doors down from you and I and get there to that section to support. We see Drew Becky, always the classiest player on the pitch, goes over to congratulate Bobby Smirniotis.
I'm hoping whatever like the next iteration of the new FIFA games are now that EA lost the FIFA rights. I really hope the CPL gets in one of these video games soon because I want to play CPL, you know.
About Forge. Let's talk about Ajab Rapport. The goal he scores.
And I think having CPL would be huge for continuing to grow the game in our country. Like you look at the work that Reynolds and McElhenney need to get Wrexham into FIFA. Like that's huge for kids that are Wrexham supporters to be able to play for their favorite team, with their favorite players in the game.
And obviously the finish. What a finish
be really good
that
for
was.
us.
And you can't take anything away from the service from Borges. And that powerful header, which Nate Ingham had zero chance.
Well, these pictures tell the story. There will be more to come. So close for Atletico Ottawa. A remarkable season ends with a titch of heartbreak as Forge will be celebrating in the capital. Before we throw it back to our panel, getting ready. I see the lights turned on. I want to thank my partners all season long, Jimmy Brennan, Terry Dunfield, everyone else here as well, Ian Hume, and the entire fantastic Media Pro crew. A tip of the cap to you, including our director tonight, Kyle Hall, producer Lucas Sheffield, and everyone. You have been sensational. This league would not be here without you. This league has seen a lot of orange. The sky will be filled with orange again as Forge win their third North Star Shield, and they do it against Atletico Ottawa.
Yay, it's Gareth Wheeler time. Woo. Time for the most irritating voice in sports broadcasting.
Again. Forge FC 2, Atletico Ottawa 0.
Cringe.
Forge are your North Star Shield winners here in 2022. Welcome to our post-match coverage right here inside TD Place. Gareth Wheeler, Jordan Wilson, Oliver Platt with you. Our very own Christian Jack is pitch side. He will be bringing you reaction as it happens from on the field as Hamilton gets to celebrate yet another championship title. It was thorough, it was dominant, it was well-deserved. There's no question, Oliver Platt, that Forge were the superior side tonight.
No question at all. I thought it was a clinic from Forge, to be honest with you. This is a team that just knows how to play in finals, right? They build all year as the team that has the the most possession in the CPL. They like to have the ball. They like to play in a way that at
he's one of those guys.
difficult and risky.
Like, I know a
But
few
at this
people like
time
this,
of year,
but
they know to dial that
to me,
back
he
a
seems
little
like
bit,
one
to
of
be
those
a little
guys
bit
that's
more
managed to fail
risk-averse, not
upwards
take
in
any
his career.
unnecessary chances,
Like he has
but
no
because they are
business
so comfortable
getting
in possession,
to
when the
the
opportunity
level that he
comes
has,
to
but
take the game, to
somehow
make that difference, to make a play that you need to make to win a
somehow
final.
he has.
They've got players all over the park who can do it. I thought they were tremendous tonight, and once again proved
And I know
that,
I'm not alone.
they're the
and,
hurdle that
like,
anyone in this league
obviously
has
you
to
and I
overcome
are
if you're going to win a North Star
on the
Shield.
same page
That's
with
the
him
standard,
about
Ollie.
him.
Wheels, that's the standard.
I know we are not
right?
alone
The team to be
about
a well-oiled
how
machine.
cringy
Watching
he
this
is.
game, looking at their faces.
We're not a minority.
These boys were
but
comfortable.
somehow this guy.
Yeah, they said, we don't care that we're away. We're the best team in the league. And they showed it. For me, just class. That's the standard right now.
So many heroes on this side from Hamilton. Our very own Christian Jack is standing by with one of them now in Alexander Ashinodi-Janssen.
I'm with Alex Ashinodi-Janssen, seconds after the final whistle. I appreciate you coming over. I know your teammates are still celebrating. 4 finals in 4 years. You've won again. How does this feel?
It's amazing. It's amazing what we've been able to do as a team. And we went into this game with a lot of experience, and I think it showed today. Felt like we had control of the game. It's just an amazing team.
I wanted to leave you there. You just had a moment to yourself on the field as you just crouched down. Tell me what you were thinking.
Well, kind of what I just said. It's been a long year, and what we've accomplished with the ups and downs, it's been so much hard work, and this is a culmination of it, and it's what we do it all for, right? And it's trying to take in the moment, you know? Third time, it doesn't matter. It feels unreal every time.
It should feel unreal, and it should not be taken for granted. No, this is a pretty special moment in sports when you continue to win these things. They don't come easy.
Oh, definitely. I think I think a lot of the guys in our team have been spoiled with not that long careers. I played 5 years before I came over here. I played one cup final when I was 18, and then I just played qualification game for going down, never up. So it's special for sure, and you gotta take in every moment of it. And that's kind of what we've been talking about before the games, with having the experience. Just take it in, just play as we always do. We know we're good players, and see what happens when we play as we do.
Congratulations, you're immense again tonight. You're another champion, Alex.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Championship pedigree right there. A championship performance by Alex and the rest of the group.
All right, cheers, John. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. It's a pleasure. Take care.
That player is a central midfielder by trade who was converted to a center
Right on,
back
man.
based on need, injury, and
keep an eye out for you
this season, and became the top defender in the Canadian Premier League. Now a 3-time champion, Ollie.
He's just an outstanding
For everybody
footballer,
else,
and
it's
I
still
think that's what you can say
everybody
about
else.
this
It's still
team all over the park, and that's why they're so
hanging around here.
versatile and
I
able to make changes
will
like that. Is they've just
I
got
will
good
switch the
footballers in every
video
position,
on
and so yeah, they
when
might
they
have
go
a
to lift
preferred
the
position.
trophy.
I know Alex still wants
Just
to play
hang
in
tight.
midfield. He still calls himself
And then
a
after
midfielder.
trophy
But
celebrations
when they
is
need to
when
go
I
somewhere
will
else
end
in
the
the
stream.
team, they have the quality, the intelligence,
yeah, if
the
you're
basic
interested in seeing
footballing
that,
skill set to be able to do it. And
just hang tight.
what I'll add to that as well is that they played Jonsson at the back. They lost Cisse in the off-season. He was a massive player for them in midfield. And they've not had Becker tonight, who's suspended for the final. That was the CPL's best midfield, right, a year ago. Look at who comes in. Jabrapor, outstanding all season long, brilliant against tonight, arguably the man of the match for me. Sissoko right there with him. I thought he was excellent and has been all year long. And then Noah Jensen comes in and doesn't look phased at all in a massive moment for him. They just seem to have players, you know, that come from everywhere that just step up in the moment and are always ready.
Which team in the league could not have their captain, best player, and really not miss him in a final? It's something to be said. Noah Jensen, Jabrapor, Sissoko is driving forward.
Brilliant.
The midfield three was dangerous. They brought so much life. 80 minutes in, I'm like, no one missed Becker. no shade to him, great player. But how do you come into a final not having your captain, not having a player that's played over 250 professional games? Just a well-oiled machine. I'm actually I'm clapping right now, and hats off to Bobby for what he's instilled in these guys and the players that he continues to bring in.
It wasn't just that they won tonight. It was how they won. You mentioned another one of those names, in Sissoko and KJ catching up with the Forge midfielder pitch side.
I'm joined by Abu Sissoko. What a special moment this is for you. You're in the 2020 final. You got released by Forge earlier than that. You're back, and now you're forever a champion. How does this feel?
Yeah, honestly, I'm very happy, and I'm thankful for my teammates because you know, they helped me this year. When I came here, the coach put me as a right back at the first, and they gave me some advice to improve myself. And honestly, it's because of all the coaching staff, all the players. We did it together. We did it together. I'm happy.
You just used the word together. You were together as a team. You were immense tonight. But how did it feel celebrating with the fans in the corner with these teammates?
Of course. We are happy because, you know, they did the long travel to come here to support us. So we have to give them a good performance. So we did it today, and then I'm thankful for them because they showed up, and then this is for them. Huh?
Forever a champion. That feels good, no?
Yes. You know, we're gonna enjoy it, and then let's back to work for next year.
Appreciate this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully they take some time off, because if we skip it back to the way that last season played out, an extended season coming out of COVID, they played the final on December 5th. They were back in January preparing to play in the Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League when they're playing sides like Cruz Azul. It has been a difficult go, and admittedly, Forge said during the season where they had that little bit of a dip in performance, all of their performance metrics were below standard. They just kind of hit a wall, but they know how to ramp it up at the right time. And tonight, they strangled the life out of Atletico Ottawa, and the crowd too. Like, the crowd was incredible
strangle the life out of
14,992. They were waiting for that moment to explode, get into the game. That opportunity didn't ever come about in this one.
Forge never allowed them to. Again, we keep saying the word comfortable, but that's how they look. When you play a brand of football, when you play a style every single week, week in and week out, you have staple players that have been there and know the system. It's easy to perform. You see them tonight, comfortable in their skin, comfortable in the way they play football, and you know that they're going to go forward and they're going to break you down eventually.
Forge are always ready for this time of year, right? It doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. Maybe there's some adversity there. There's some, runs of games that don't go very well. they always know and they always stick to the idea that we've just got to get ourselves ready for October, November, whenever it is. We got to get ourselves above that line, obviously, to be in the playoffs. But then as long as we're there, we'll make sure we're ready come the end of the season. So you're right, like they did have some adversity this season. They did have some times where they didn't look like the Forge of years past, but they just keep building and building and building, and they know they're going to round into form at the right time.
Dare I say it, everyone talks about Forge and their arrogance, but they have a reason to be.
Yes.
Yeah. As a player who plays in this league, yeah, it annoys me deep down, but they have a reason to be. You come into a finals, you come away as well, maybe not having the best form, and you boss it. Boss it. Boss Atletico Ottawa all around the park on our away pitch. They deserve all the credit.
Although the game was one-sided, really the result was in doubt until the 78th minute. And that's when our Volkswagen changemaker moment of the match took place. And who else? Mr. Big Game, David Chouanier, taking center stage.
Yeah, how many times has this guy come up big in a massive match, whether it's been CPL playoffs or CONCACAF League? He's been extraordinary in these moments. You know, he's not necessarily a player who puts up massive numbers in the regular season. He scores a few goals and gets a few assists, don't get me wrong, but he's not like a double-digit goal scorer.
Chouanier
But it
goal
always
was
seems
nice.
like in these big games,
Let's see if I can find the highlight for it and post it for you guys.
moments. And that was a brilliant goal, brilliant step inside. What a run from Matusla as well, by the way.
No
the
kidding.
centre back coming into midfield and showing he's got some feet.
That's the one thing I want to mention as well. Matusla is coming on the pitch. I'm saying, okay, where is he playing?
Yeah.
Pops in the middle, starts driving forward. Bobby looks like a genius. Some of the stuff he's doing, you're putting a center back who strictly plays center back, popping him in the middle, and he's driving forward like Yaya Toure. There's something to be said.
That sidestep. I mean, he put the defender on toes. Camus, a very good defender, by the way, for Atletico Ottawa in the finish by Chouanier. I remember calling his match winner that sealed the 2019 championship in the 90th minute +5, and scores another one big here tonight. The way he plays, it's gorgeous. He is Tristan Borges, and he is with our very own Christian Jack.
Come on in, I'm with Tristan Borges. I have to say, you were absolutely brilliant tonight, but let's get to your team. How does this feel?
I don't even know what to say. I can't speak highly enough about this group, honestly. You know, just the amount of ups and downs that we went through, and I say it a lot, but just for us to always have that expectation of winning, and you know, it's when times are not looking too good. There's a lot of people that don't really believe in us, but man, what a special group. You can even just see that.
Borges
just
was
us playing
short.
for Bex, not having been in the finals.
But I didn't actually realize how short he was. He's standing next to KJ, who is not a big man, and KJ is
I'm so
towering over him.
It's just memories for life, and I don't know what to say.
MVP Borges indeed. As I said, you had a terrific game. How much did you feel like you were up for this one?
I was ready. Personally, I still think I could have done a little bit better, but for me, it's always about winning. Whatever I can do to help the team win, and yeah, at the end of the day, we had our goal in the beginning of the year, and we accomplished it. Another trophy.
Last one for you. You don't take these moments for granted, no?
Never. You never can. There's a lot of worse scenarios a lot of people could be in, and you always have to be grateful for everything that you have. And I'm for sure someone that is very grateful to have the group of people that we have, the support that I have, and let's go Forge FC, baby. Let's go.
Champion again. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Champion again is right. The most valuable player in the Canadian Premier League in 2019, the inaugural season. A champion yet again for Tristan Borges. And it was his service on the set pieces. You know, usually it's him splitting one with Kyle Becker. We thought that set pieces would play a role here tonight, and that's how the first goal was scored, courtesy of the service of Tristan Borges, Ollie.
Yeah, I think we thought that, you know, set pieces could be an issue for Atletico Ottawa, where Jordan highlighted it pre-game. They do struggle at times defending crosses, and I think those situations are problematic for them as well. And it was just the delivery. We've seen it all the time from Forge, right? When they think there's a bit of a lack of confidence in those situations from the opposition, they just put a ball right on top of the 6-yard box, right, and make you deal with it. And Ottawa couldn't. Hajabrapur peeled off really well with that run and produced a really good header. But that'll frustrate Atletico Ottawa. I think that we knew the first goal would be massive in this game, and for it to come from a set piece is really disappointing.
That's the most dangerous spot, and also the way that he hits it.
Okay.
You drive a ball.
Ottawa are
across the
getting
six,
their awards right now.
One of your teammates.
I'll
so that's
I'll
just
switch
a bit
it
of
on
class
once
that Tristan Borges has. And again,
Switch it on
Horton
once
for me,
Hamilton
the header
comes
last
up.
year was amazing.
Yeah.
This one's right next
Runners
to
up
it as
medals
well
are
for a
being
guy to
handed out
step
at the
up
moment.
big. Only 22.
Winners medals about to come.
I have nothing but great things to say about him because for me, he's so poised. He looks like he's been playing professionally for 10 years. That's just the way he moves, and like honestly, so much credit and yeah, and great things to say about this forward side.
The Atletico Ottawa players
Just
receiving
want to say thanks
for
hanging out and watching here.
The performance tonight.
I know you probably came for the game audio, but
from the capital city.
you know,
But let's get to our all-state save in the game. And Nathan Ingham made a great save early in the second half, but
helps me not feel like an idiot talking to myself for 2
and
hours.
Tristan Henry coming up big off Caboose.
Yeah, this was the one real moment where Ottawa found a way through. You probably don't expect it to be Camus on the end of the chance at the end of it, but Tristan Henry does well. One thing I like about that save, I think it's a save he should make, obviously, but just pushes it in the right direction. Don't parry that one back out into any kind of danger. So Tristan Henry, as he has done, I think every playoffs, did his job very well tonight when called upon. But it was just a real struggle for Ottawa to create consistent chances.
I just want to say about Tristan Henry, clean sheets in 2019 in the 2 games that the final was played. Clean sheet in the Island Games in the final going on to win the North Star Shield there, and conceded 1 from a set piece. That's it.
Yeah.
In 5 games, which are essentially a final. So Tristan Henry continues to produce when called upon. It wasn't a busy night tonight. The shape, the defensive structure of Forge, and the fact they were on the ball so much, it didn't really give Atletico Ottawa really any clear-cut chances other than the one that we saw right there.
No, yeah, I think with Ottawa, like, they have improved this season in terms of their build-up play, their ability to break teams down when they're faced with that low block, when they go behind in a game and have to break a team down. I think it is getting better. I just don't think it's quite there yet, and that's something that Carlos Gonzalez is going to look at this offseason. That's the next evolution of this team. The way they take a step forward next season is being able to be in those situations and find something, produce something. Alleman made a difference when he came on, but all in all, there just wasn't quite enough there.
There wasn't enough. There wasn't enough, and they hit a wall. I think this is a learning moment for them. I think they've had an amazing season, Atletico Ottawa, getting to this point, but their tires were punctured. They're going against a well-oiled machine, like I said before, a Forge team that was so comfortable and knew what it took to win in this type of occasion. In Ottawa, you could see it was men against boys in certain ways.
Bottom line is they continue to set the standard, Forge. And it's not just, we mentioned this about Cavalry, failing to advance from that 2-legged tie last week. It's Forge and everyone else trying to make up that gap. They're setting the standards here in the Canadian Premier League. Here is Christian Jack alongside the head coach and manager of Forge FC. It's Bobby Smirniotis.
I'm here with Bobby Smirniotis. You're about to get another medal. How does this feel?
Yeah, everyone is different. This one is special because it's always with a little bit of a different group of guys. Some guys we've done it for now 3 times, some for the first time. Just special. And, take away the championship and everything, the environment here. Just looking in that corner and seeing our supporters here, I think that's the growth of football culture in this country. And I want it to become contagious, or, from East Coast to West Coast.
We can get into lots of different factors. Let's talk about first how you played. There's different ways to win finals. I'm sure you'd been delighted by winning anyway, but to play in that manner, the way that you did, you must be delighted.
Very happy with the guys. Tactically, they stuck to the plan. We talked about things over this past week and the last couple of weeks for the playoff games, and I thought that they were excellent. When it was time to really tune in, take care of the details, it was great. We did a good job on the ball, good job in the attacks, shown from our numbers and corner kicks, getting into deep spots, and excellent in covering the counter, because they're a very good team.
Chouanier again, and Hajabrapor again. Big players in big moments.
Yeah, 2 big things, right? Ali's done it to us last year, and here he is. He's paid us back in a good way, and it's absolutely fantastic. Love it, and Chouanier is just a man for magical moments.
Last one, Bobby. You can't take these moments for granted, no? Enjoy every second?
No, that's the one thing we talk about. We say it's some players go through their whole lives not playing in championships. We've been blessed. This is number 4. We played for 3, but you never take it for granted.
You, my friend, are an absolute credit to Canadian soccer. We can't thank you enough. Congratulations again on being a champion.
Thank you very much, guys.
It's Bobby's world, and I feel like we're all just living in it. As the Forge players being handed their medals by CPL Commissioner Mark Noonan, Canadian Soccer Association President Nick Bontis. So many big names in this squad. Really, players having to sacrifice minutes in a very competitive side to make it in, but they stuck together, did enough to get across the line here with another North Star Shield in hand.
Yeah, and they're willing to do it for that man, Bobby Smirniotis. I think as good a coach as this country has ever produced. The job he continues to do to build a team in his own image, playing a certain brand of football, to be able to manage a squad like you were saying, where there's
I'm gonna turn the video feed off as soon as, like right after they lift the trophy. I don't want to get into too much shit.
Working together and all producing moments like this.
Humility. Guys coming in every day, humble. We have guys have won MLS championships. Guys that expected minutes, like you said, Ali. But he has everyone on their own accord, on his accord. Sorry, and that's just something to be said. He's taking guys that are prima donnas in their own right and making them simple players playing his style.
And it's time for the North Star Shield to be presented to the 2022 champions in Forge FC.
Come on, Dad. Where is it?
That's hilarious. They got the podium there and no trophy. What the fuck? You know what? Credit to Becker, man. One, he doesn't full kit wanker this shit. Two, it looks like he's gonna let Crutzen lift the trophy because he captained the side on the day. That's fucking class. That's real class.
Mark Corsi and Corporal Jennifer Goodings representing the Royal Canadian Mounted Police as they present the North Star Shield to the stage for the official presentation.
Campeones, campeones, ole, ole. Okay, I gotta switch off the video feed. It's long enough. Once again, thanks for
the North Star Shield once again resides in Hamilton. Forge FC, your 2022 Canadian Premier League champions.
5 more
the
minutes.
Steel City,
I'm gonna end
the
this.
ambitious city, full of heart, full of champions.
Or
the party is going to go on late in the night in
maybe I'll
Hamilton.
end it now. Looks like all the
Ottawa as
viewers are
well.
gone.
With the size of this country, away travel so difficult, we do see it
Peace.
from various supporters across this country. A quick 6-hour drive down the 401 to Ottawa. Hundreds, and I mean hundreds of Forge FC supporters